Hello, everyone. This is Chris, Midwest Coaster fans. I have Jacob, Zach from our team, and a special guest, Jeremy from Buckeye Coasters. Welcome.
Hey, everybody.
Tonight, we're talking about Dollywood's opening weekend. Jacob and Jeremy had the pleasure to go there, so they got to experience Thunderhead, Lightning Rod, Blazing Fury.
Jealous.
What?
Jealous.
Oh. I was like, what did he say?
I even rode the drop tower.
Jealous.
Hey, I rode the drop tower too for the first time.
Is that the Larson drop tower? Is that a Larson drop tower?
No, it's not.
It's got the weird restraints where the bars go over this way and they don't sit against you. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
It wasn't bad. To be honest with
Let me
you,
see
I
the
prefer
again.
those restraints over drop tower at Kings Island's restraints for sure.
I hate drop towers. I really hate drop towers.
I haven't been a fan of those since I worked that ride in 2001, so not a big fan at all.
And if you guys could save all your questions for Jeremy at the end, we're going to start off by talking the subject of Dollywood, and then we're going to get over to other things, which is going to be, I don't know what the WoW thing was for. Who did the WoW thing? It'll tell me. Go on. It doesn't want to work right tonight. And then we're gonna start off with like Lightning Rod, Thunderhead, Blazing Fury, overall opinion. It is Jacob's first time, so he didn't get to experience what the park was before the redos. If you guys have any questions about Dollywood, you could ask him during the show, and then we'll go to questions with Buckeye, so you can get to know more about him and his channel as well. And it looks like we got Montu, Flame Tamer Magic, so we got a lot of YouTube viewers, which I kind of figured we would. So I don't even know if Facebook even sent a message tonight alerting anybody.
2 minutes ago.
Yeah, okay.
2 minutes ago.
Yeah, so the top line was made by Funtime.
Oh, okay. So the same one that's making the world's tallest one down here in Orlando, then.
Funtime is the one that makes Starflyers. And the one in Orlando, I understand who makes that one. Maybe Funtime, I don't know. Or is it Intamin down there, Orlando?
I think it's Funtime. It's the same one who made Starflyer.
Yeah, Starflyer. They're also making the new ride at Six Flags St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
It's got on whip, so.
Chris, how is that construction going? Have you been by there recently?
I'm going to go by there tomorrow. It looks like they're still in the beginning stages of getting the supports in place underneath.
Yeah, it looked like they were still still digging and stuff and pouring.
I know Midway of Mayhem has the direct access because he knows the company and he's really good friends with the people who own Starflyer, which is the same. So, speaking of that, I know we're getting off subject a little bit, but I thought it was interesting that he was hanging on top of a slingshot over in Daytona Beach. That was kind of interesting. That thing,
I saw those pictures too. I've been to that slingshot. I was like, okay.
Is that one pretty intense?
I didn't get to ride it. They didn't have it up and operating because of the winds the day we were there. It was when we were in Orlando a while back.
Okay.
They had it shut down due to high winds, but it looked pretty good for all the ones that I've seen out there.
He said it was swaying 13 feet.
Sounds fun.
Whoa!
But I think
from somebody that's worked on a slingshot, that's a little bit of sway.
I think it's one of the old school ones.
I was a supervisor of slingshot at Kings Island for about a year, so I rode that thing more than I ever want to in my life ever again.
No, thank you.
Because a flight controller had to ride it every day, and pretty much my luck was I was the flight controller, the only one on staff that morning, so I'd have to do the solo flight every morning. So I've had plenty of those, and I don't miss it at all.
No, thank you.
I'll do it.
Jacob's going to ride the world's tallest one when it opens down
here.
Yes, you will.
I will not.
Hey, guys,
I think we should
we reach 2 pounds fibers. Jacob will ride it.
We should all pitch in to make sure he rides it.
2,000 subscribers, and we will take donations too.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about that. That'd make a fun video.
That would make a good video. I have a video of my friend and I riding the one at Cedar Point, and it was pretty priceless.
Yeah, I can see it now. Jacob rides the world's tallest swing ride, the world's tallest drop tower, the world's tallest slingshot.
No. Dollywood's drop tower pushes it, okay? Actually, correction, the Kings Island drop tower is where I set my, okay, I can't do this. But if you put me on the ones that launch up and then down, then up, I could do those.
Quick story, I'll tell you real quick. My first ever ride on drop tower, we were supposed to be having a crew meeting. So they said, Jeremy, get up in the restraint and you have a seat there. You don't have to worry about it. They put me in it, and I was at the age of 16, and I had never ridden a drop tower or anything in my life. They sent me up there by myself, only rider in the car, and I got christened on the drop zone crew that night by riding drop tower by myself. Never ridden any attraction like that before in my life until that night. I've been hooked since.
So you guys both met at Kings Island together?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. All right. So Dollywood.
Yeah, let's start off with lightning rod. So I'm going to go over what the past. Did you get a chance to ride it beforehand, Jeremy?
No, I did not. It was down when we were there before.
So what I noticed, I guess it still has the same issue with it being down, but what I noticed before was. It was kind of like Outlaw Run a little bit. So, like, you felt kind of like you were on, I don't know, the topper track to me doesn't feel like you're on a wooden track. It feels more like you're on, like, a, I don't know. What do you explain? Like,
an express train?
A flat sheet of metal?
It definitely feels like a flat sheet of metal is a good way of describing it for sure. The one thing I was impressed with was the transitions. I don't know what you thought, Jacob, but the transition was really smooth. You couldn't even tell that you were transitioning between the two of them, to be honest with you.
And plus that quad down, every time you hit it, it's just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
the quad down's insane. I'm not a big fan of the launch into the double down because it's too slow.
Well, okay.
It was slow when I rode it in 2019, so I don't imagine it's changed too much.
So the way I feel like it is they launch you get that little bit of force at that launch, so you're like, holy crap, this is going to be great. And then you get to the top, and it starts to be sluggish, like you're going to be like, oh no, are we going to make it type feel. And then you kind of get that, oh, okay, we're going to make it over, oh, psych out, and then you get your first drop.
Yeah, but Jacob, didn't you notice that the sluggishness was really different from cycle to cycle almost? I sat there and I sat and watched cycle after cycle after cycle once it got up and ran Friday afternoon. And there were some trains that went right over, and then there was other trains that you were like, man, is it even going to make it?
Sunday, Saturday they kept it closed. So it opened and pretty much had 2 rollbacks almost immediately. Full train, empty train.
That's what you told. Yeah, that's what you were telling me.
So they pretty much kept it down for the rest of the day. I know for a fact that RMC was out there, and the people who made the LSM launches were out there. I know that they were out there past close running test runs. My understanding, they were out there till like 10, 11 o'clock at night. But Sunday, when it was open, it ran the launches felt consistent all day. They looked kind of more consistent than what they did on Friday.
I was going to say Friday. I told multiple people that they were all across the board, including you, Chris. You and I had talked Friday afternoon, and I was telling you how it was 1 minute it seemed like they were all consistent, and the next minute they weren't.
The question I have is, how does a company, I don't care if you're a third-party company that's not used to it, how does a company, after 5 years of having this coaster, I mean, even Intamin has their issues, but they get those launches pretty much sustained after 6 months. I mean, 5 years later, and this company still doesn't know how to get the tune right on your LSM launches. I don't know. It just seems kind of
weird. Still having launch issues. Yeah, it's a rough question. I mean,
I don't want to defend them, and I'm not a profession. This is just what I was, by my understanding from what I heard over the weekend. The company, which you guys can stop me and correct me at any time if I'm wrong. The company that made these LSM launches, it was the first time they'd ever made LSM launches.
That's strike one right there.
Well, no. Which company are you discussing? Because there's two different companies that have worked on the LSM launches now. Did you know they were originally given prototype LSM launches to put on that by the third-party company?
Prototype LSM launches, like they hadn't been out for a while or anything.
Well, prototype as in it was the first time they had made this type of design for the LSM launch within the company.
That's a tough position to be in as a park and as a manufacturer too.
My understanding, the company paid a lot. Well, Dollywood paid a lot less. They got them at a great price, which is kind of why they went that way.
Yeah, my thoughts on the launch speed is, based on what I've seen, I think it uses negative weight to slow it down. Whereas those, if you don't know, are really affected by mass. So it will slow down a light train a lot more than a heavy train.
Yeah, you're 100% correct on that one. I mean, you have a train full of me on it versus a train full of my 9-year-old daughter. The train's gonna act differently for sure. Yeah, that's tough, Jacob. I didn't know about that. News.
I'm looking it up right now.
If that's true, I mean, they took a real big leap of faith there going with that for sure.
Well,
in my own opinion.
Well, I know the first season when I tried riding it, I think one time, this was the other company, it was launching at 55 miles an hour up that hill. So, yeah, it was going a little too fast around there. I think it was pushing speeds over 80.
And this would, well, I'm still looking for the name, but to quote, Fred Grubb said on March 2014, 2016, the LSM launches who are provided by a third-party company would not be able to perform at the level required for the proper operation, which is right before they closed it or right before they opened it in June 13, 2016. And that was because of the LSM launches.
Wasn't it already delayed 1 year before that? Because I thought the coaster was supposed to open in 2015 originally. I don't know. They were highlighting the crap out of that. I remember in 2015 they were
delayed. Okay. So this is from Coaster 101, which I'm giving full credit to, by John from Coaster 101. It was the prototype launch system to blame, according to a statement released by the coaster's manufacturer.
And that was 2016, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that RMC recommended that they use a fire load launch, kind of like Thunderbird does, but use fire load to power the launch.
Maybe, but I mean, they didn't have the experience with launches. I mean, a lot of them came from Aero or other companies that probably didn't have experience with LSM launches or limb launches. So,
yeah, when you don't have the experience, you go to the third party on that. So that would explain where that third party came into play, though.
And they probably didn't want to work with Intamin because RMC likes to use, local or companies in the United States. But Intamin was one of the first with Maverick, correct, for LSM launches. So
yeah.
That could have been that's also a shorter train too. I don't know what
much shorter.
I don't know
think
what
the
the
best
weight
one
is.
on LSM would be your Talatea Antiman ride at Magic Mountain and Dreamworld.
Velocity
That's a
Magnet.
limb launch, isn't it? I thought that was a limb launch, though. That wasn't an LSM launch for those two.
No, I've been to the LSM, I believe. Let me see here.
It was the people who made the LSM launch was Velocity Magnetics.
Velocity Magnetics. Where are they based out of?
I want to say Pennsylvania.
Oh, your source for the huge. Obviously, they know magnets. I'm just laughing at their.
Yeah,
photo.
Pennsylvania.
Yes, right. So Superman, and Talatea at Dreamworld were the first two coasters to use LSMs.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with this.
So Velocity Magnetics got their start in braking, and Lightning Rod was their first launch LSM prototype, I believe.
But they seem to be well known in the community or in the industry, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've been around for the brake industry for forever.
Yeah.
Magnetic.
Yeah, they patented multiple braking systems.
I'm trying to see exact date on when they started launching because I'm just guessing that if
Are they the same company that worked on it this year?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not aware of those details.
So the original launch, was it topper track for the launch still? Or was the launch iBox?
I think it's iBox now.
I know now it is, but was it always topper track?
Yeah.
It
I
was.
believe so.
It's so sophisticated. I mean, it is a sophisticated coaster because you're trying to give the hot rod experience.
Yeah.
So the stall on Lightning Rod is 20 times better than the stall on Outlaw Run.
Okay, now I'm getting tired then.
Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there.
Imagine Lightning Run with an actual, or Lightning Rod with an actual inversion, though. It's already intense without an inversion.
Imagine if you had that complete ooh.
Yeah,
the Goliath stall.
When you put the theme.
Imagine if you had that Goliath stall.
Goliath at Six Flags Great America? Okay. When you say Goliath, we need to know what park it is.
Yeah, I was going to say. There's like multiple.
I did only one Goliath stall. And that's
yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
The other one, isn't the other one a hyper? Or
it is, but maybe it has a stall. We don't know.
Six Flags does Six Flags things, so you never know.
Oh, that's a very
without
good
Six
statement.
Flags, we wouldn't. I'd say without Six Flags, we wouldn't have RMC the way it is right now, though. So, anyways,
anybody can buy ride in bulk. That's all they did.
It's good for a business standpoint. Not good for. They just added too many rides too fast. That's what killed them.
But so, when it comes to ranking my RMCs and Lightning Rod, it probably moves up to my top 3.
I don't know. It's your first coaster this year, Jacob. I don't know if you want to go that high right now.
It wasn't my first coaster this year.
Yeah, okay. The first coaster was
Entertainment
Jacks.
Scene 75. Come on, man.
No, but the very first coaster I rode at Dollywood, I'm pretty sure was I think it was Tennessee Tornado. It was either that or I think it was Tennessee Tornado.
You don't remember?
No, that was a
It
couple
was a
days
long
ago.
weekend for you, wasn't it?
Okay, so you got to keep in mind, I woke up at 2:00 in the morning, drove the 6 hours, and then went to Dollywood all day. It was a very long day.
Lamb. I can imagine that one.
I know how you feel because when I went to Silver Dollar City the first time, I was up for 23 hours straight. By the end of the day.
I remember you being up. I remember you being up for that.
I was like, I'm gonna drive home now. I'm gonna go find an Airbnb and go Zonkat. I can't. I'm not gonna make it home.
Yeah,
But
I remember that.
Can you tell the iBox part and the topper track part what the difference of? Because the overbank, what parts are topper? Like the overbank, right? That's still topper, correct? I think that's eventually going to be all iBox when they're done with it. But
isn't there new POV out?
Yeah, Coaster Force released it on. Coaster Force released it, but I'm not sharing their stuff because.
They'll flag it. They'll flag it.
I think you're right, Chris. I don't think we're done seeing the modifications to the ride yet from that standpoint.
Well, who sucked up the cost for this time? Was it Dollywood or was it RMC though? Do we know that?
I don't know that you're going to be told the truth on that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you will.
All that matters is they work together, and so far they've got it fixed. Today, well, I don't know about today they were closed. Yesterday it was up all day running, by my understanding. So that was two consecutive days of continuously great running.
That's good.
But I don't know if they've tried 2 trains yet.
And then I'll show up and it'll be down all day. That's the kind of luck I've had with that ride the last 5 years.
The other thing people have to understand too is this thing just got commissioned too. I mean,
I expected the issues Friday.
If it's still doing this in the summer where it's down for so many days and then it back up, then there may be room for discussion on what's going on here. But we got to remember too that it's just in the commissioning process too.
Yeah.
But the really big question will be is if this continues to happen,
what's next?
What will be the future for Lightning Rod? Because I mean, I'm not going to lie, without that launch, that whole first drop is pretty much, yeah.
Really? It reminds me of the first drop in Outlaw Run. Not the scenery of it, obviously, because the first drop in Outlaw Run kind of scares you a little bit. But
what scenery at Lightning Rod anymore? There's not a single tree for like.
They've even got 2 sets of fencing up around Lightning Rod right now.
I watched POVs from before and now, and I can't believe how many trees they took out to do this modification.
That's what makes me think that they're not done with it yet. Because why would you do all that at one time?
But then there's the rumors going around the park that they're going to be doing this on because Tennessee Tornado, they took down a bunch of trees as well.
Yes, and there was one other ride I noticed that up around 2.
Yeah, Chris, you should see all the trees that they removed from Tennessee Tornado. They're saying it's because of storm damage, like possible storm damage of a tree falling on the track. But they took a lot of trees out there too.
So you know, kind of how that hill is right next to Tennessee Tornado, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
All those trees are gone.
I mean, they're gone.
They're just gone. They're there. They just chopped them down. You can tell they just came through.
Oh yeah,
you can tell they just came through with the chainsaws, like shoot timber.
Jacob, that is called theming.
No,
I mean, no, I would have liked.
What are you talking?
Because tornado trees went down.
It is called disappointing.
No, it's called theming.
I would have loved to have ridden Lightning Rod with all the trees around it because it would have probably given you more like a beast-like at Kings Island feeling where you're flying through the trees. Now you fly around Lightning Rod and it's all open space. There's nothing there but track, and that's it. There's no trees, no nothing around the ride.
Well, I rode it at night last time, so I couldn't see anything out there.
I believe it with all the trees that used to be there.
I just hope that coaster ends up turning into a reliable coaster because, you know, you have people that go there just to ride that, and then they're disappointed.
If so, the only thing I hate about Lightning Rod is that there's no other adult ride over there. It's kind of out by itself. What
I mean,
other
Wild
coaster?
Eagle, but
Wild Eagle is on the other side of the park.
oh, you mean next to it?
Yes.
Jacob's bringing up a valid point. There is nothing in that area. They really have to, at some point, start developing that area over there.
That's one reason why we didn't ride it more, because I didn't want to have Annika walk from where we were at Wild Eagle, Blazing Fury, and where Tennessee Tornado is, and where Thunderhead is. We were in that area. I didn't want to drag her all the way to the other side of the park for just one ride on Lightning Rod.
I mean, and you get to Lightning Rod, and it's done. I mean, there's the water rides, etc. But there's no other big rides in that area.
True, you have that section, whatever that section's called. You have the little kid car ride, which
it's
Carnival. It's Country Fair.
Country Fair. Yeah, on Connie Fit. Yeah, Connie Fit on that.
Which it's a great area because it's definitely you definitely get that county fair theme.
Oh,
when you walk
absolutely!
Into that area.
My kids love that area, but I mean, for me, it was just like, okay, I'll sit here and watch the kids ride rides. I mean, there was really nothing I was like, oh, I need to get on this and do this.
It's almost similar to Silver Dollar City's area too. I think Silver Dollar City, yeah.
I did the electro spin thing. I call it electro spin, but I know that's not what Dollywood calls it.
Electric spin.
Electro spin.
Now, question is, which one is better, the one at Dollywood or Dollar City?
They're the same. They're the exact same to the T.
I had to know.
Well, actually, the one at Dollywood, they don't have a red marker on the ground, so you can kind of get a little bit more freedom on where you can place your feet.
I don't know what you're talking about. What ride are you talking about?
The spin disc, where you face outwards.
Oh, okay.
Let's go, yeah. Let's go.
I stay away from spinning rides.
Oh, why? They're so much fun.
Yeah,
I can't do them anymore.
You just need some.
No, Dramamine makes me feel like I'm not even there, man.
The name Dizzy Disc. Who wants to ride something that's called Dizzy Disc? Oh, come on.
Looks like that, Chris.
Oh, yeah. The most intense ride I was ever on is that one flat ride at the Indiana State Fair. I will never ride one of those again. I thought I was going to die on it.
Well, yeah, play it. Zipper.
It's the one that I don't know. I have to go back to the video. I don't remember what it's called. All I know is I was like, "This is ridiculous."
And Lucas, that would explain why I thought when I was there, I was discussing with Josh that I thought Silver Dollar Cities was bigger, but then I pulled up videos and photos and they looked exactly the same. But I guess it's taller at Silver Dollar City.
You know, it makes sense why Hershen would buy Kentucky Kingdom now because their kiddie ride selection is almost identical to what they already have at their own parks. All they have to do is
Kingdom.
I got to meet the executive chef for Hershen.
I heard you did.
And he confirmed, which I hope I don't get you in trouble if you hear this. There will be cinnamon bread at.
I heard.
Why would you get him? We're all on the media list for Kentucky Kingdom. We're good.
Well, I don't think they. Well, I don't know if that's something he's not allowed to say yet. If he's allowed to say, and he also said
hopefully we'll have confirmation this weekend.
Hopefully, or even better, samples.
Hello, everyone. Cheers to everyone except the person. Yeah, I agree. I told him he's not welcome with that Steelers flag in the back.
But it's from Kennywood, though.
Revolution.
You got to give him credit.
Did that help out?
Steel curtain.
Is that better now?
No, the better part would be tearing it off the wall. That'd be great.
Absolutely not.
We're gonna have Carlos Wentz as our quarterback this year, so I can't talk any crap right now.
After he moved on to move that hell over to
I said Carlos. I meant Carson.
And put a poster there.
Hey, whatever you want to call him is fine.
I have high hopes for him, but
Kennywood was ruined with that themed area, in my opinion, because they had this old time feel, and then you slam a football themed area in the middle of the park.
It
doesn't matter.
They made the theme though so good and wanted back to it. I love that ride. I went it twice. I love it.
I don't know. I had to wait on it for 6 hours, so my opinion when I got on it wasn't the greatest.
I didn't even have to wait that. I went to the GOCC event and got right on it.
Nice.
But that ride's one ride where I'll tell you, it's a different experience front to back.
It is. I mean, I rode it back in the morning, front and night.
I hope Hershey retracts Thunderwood. They already have. Kentucky Kingdom retracted last year.
Yep.
Yeah, Kentucky Kingdom's been retracking it for a few years now.
Yeah, eating Muse vibes. They were done. I mean, it's been morning amazing.
Wake up, Jacob. You're
Jacob. You need more water.
No, I'm still recovering from getting at home at 2:00 in the morning Monday.
You need water. What you need.
Oh,
we stayed there until 7:00 and then got home at 2:30.
I hear you. I hear you. I woke up at 1:00 last night and didn't get back to sleep till 5 in the morning. That's why I messaged everybody at 3 in the morning.
I was gonna say, when I got up, I had a thing from Chris, and I messaged him, and I got the like for it. I'm like, "What are you doing up this early?" I said, "Usually when I go to the Y in the morning, he's usually asleep still."
Well, we have the live show tonight, and I had to edit his stuff out from Dollywood because that gets released tomorrow. Then Indiana Beach released their color scheme for the coaster, and I'm just like, I've got to work on all these videos, and then I've got to head out Thursday to go pick up stuff all the way in Indiana. So,
hey, you could come out Wednesday.
No, I already looked.
Wednesday night.
I'm having to fly into Cincinnati because it's the only cheap airport in the Midwest to fly into right now.
That was a good teaser by Indiana Beach, though, on the new coaster.
Well, on their YouTube channel, they actually released it a month ago. I just found that out. I never even noticed.
Wow.
It was a good teaser. It's a good teaser video for sure.
Oh yeah. I think it's a good color scheme, and the red loops and the blue track and white supports will look nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want to say that this is gonna be the best color scheme that it ever had.
I agree. This is
Hi, Albert.
He thinks I'm staring in the air. He always does this. All right, go lay down, man.
All right, so next coaster on the list.
I'm telling.
Boo. Well, I can't say boo. I'm going to ride that like 70 times this weekend.
Next coaster on the list will be Thunderhead. And, okay, so did you get a chance to ride it before the retrack, Jeremy, or is this your first time riding it?
No, I didn't get to ride it last time. I know the retrack project's been going on for a few years, too, because they said they were concluding it.
Well, I know in 2019 when I rode it on Black Friday, it was my favorite coaster in the park over Lightning Rod. Because like any other GCI, when it gets cold and it's dark out, GCIs run better. So it was great.
I personally enjoyed Thunderhead, but
can we talk about the wonderful cushioning on Thunderhead's trains?
I brought that up to my wife when I got off the train. I said, it's a different type of GCI train for sure.
No seatbelt too.
Yeah, the one seatbelt across.
Oh, it doesn't have a seatbelt?
And it has the padding too.
Yeah, it has just the one seatbelt across.
You sound confident with it, the couch.
And yeah, I gotta agree with you. Thunderhead is absolutely amazing, though.
It is. Thunderhead, Tornado, love those rides.
I've ridden a lot of GCIs now, and it's one of my favorites for sure.
I've been in it. I mean, last time I did it was 2015, but I'm gonna get back on it now.
I took Hayden on it. My son turned 48 inches, or he got to the 48-inch mark over the weekend, and it was his first. Yeah, it was his first wooden coaster, and he absolutely loved it. So,
now to get him on the best
48.
Right?
Yeah, 48 inches. It was his first one. So now he gets to experience the Beast and Mystic Timbers next.
Yeah, Mystic Timbers is the best one now.
So yeah.
And actually, you can also ride on Gwazi at on Tampa too. So
hey, I'll tell you, there's a very good GCI sitting down in the state of Texas too that people need to ride.
I know. I want to go down there.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get down there to ride it.
Texas Stingray, and it was flying on media day by the afternoon. It's a good one.
We'll release that video, Anthony, at the end of the show. If you guys want to stick around that long, it's up to you.
Yes, Lucas. So Front Ahead now has 3 trains because Wildcats only have 1 train, and when it was closed, they took it to Dollywood. That way, Dollywood has 3 trains to use. So if you watch carefully, one of the trains has 3 on it.
I absolutely love how the train flies to the station.
Yes.
I don't know what you thought about that, Jacob, but that was really sweet.
Scream every time you go through the station.
It was pretty cool. I had seen it on TV before in the past, and to actually be able to experience it was really awesome.
So, fun fact: this is the second time ever I've never watched a POV going into a park.
Oh, really?
Yep. So I had no idea that was going to happen.
I'm not watching Velocicoasters at all. I'm not.
Oh, I'm not either. No way.
Velocicoaster. What's that?
Someone need to pay me to not watch that POV. I need to be paid to not watch it because I'll watch it for sure.
I'm not watching it.
Nope.
I'll watch it.
I didn't watch Hagrid's, and I'm not watching this one.
Nope, I'm not watching it. I'm riding it Sultan. Yep. I'm right there with you, Chris.
Icebreaker, you can't really. I mean, it's right there. So
Icebreaker is what Icebreaker is. I mean, it's
Icebreaker is probably the best coaster other than Velocicoaster, maybe.
Velocicoaster stalls over that walkway, though. Wow.
Is Mystery Mine on this? Because I have some questions for Jeremy about Mystery Mine.
You can go ahead and add it on there. It was testing, but we could talk about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. So
they need new trains for it in order to get rid of the real problem, but that's a different story.
Well, and see, that's my thing. Did they take out that one element just because of how much it destroyed the trains? Was it just that?
The discussion that we had on Friday was that, and they even mentioned it this morning, Dollywood does a really good job of taking the guest satisfaction surveys at the end of the year and stuff and trying to fit that into their park down the road. And the one thing that they got was Mystery Mine was just way too rough for the guests. And Chris, you even mentioned that it was really rough. I thought.
Yeah, I remember getting a headache from it when I wrote it in.
Yeah, so they changed the track layout for that reason to help smooth the ride out for a better guest experiences, from what my understanding is.
Jersey Devil, don't hear much chat on that one. Oh, we're talking about Dollywood tonight. Same old Sam.
So
the question is, same old Sam, is Jersey Devil going to open before Stunt Pilot? And I'm going to put no on that. Stunt Pilot is open first.
I mean, I love me that meme, so.
And the other question is, it says it's going to open in 2021, but when?
Yeah.
Is it going to be like West Coast Racers, where it's at the end of the year? Or, I mean, I was talking to somebody today about that. There's no indicator on when it's actually going to open up at this point, other than 20.
So was it? And so in the part that they took out on Mystery Mine, for you guys who have rode it before, was that part extremely rough compared to the rest of the coaster?
It wasn't when I wrote it.
Well, Zach, my understanding, Zach, is that you don't think any coaster's rough. So Rip Ride Rocket's not rough to you.
Well, my thing is if it's to improve the ride smoothness experience, was that just either too intense for people, or was that area just extremely rough, or was that what everybody thought the roughest area was of the coaster?
Same old Sam, you're fine. I was just letting you know. We could talk about it in a little bit. We're just trying to stay on the Dollywood subject right now.
See, I know this is on the older I get, the higher my pain tolerance is for roughness.
No, that's not true for me.
Well, see, when I was younger, I didn't look at it close to the point, but now that I'm older, I'm actually liking it more.
I don't like headaches.
Same time on
like
Vortex
headaches
2.
either.
Well, the thing is with Mystery Mine, it wasn't the track that was the problem. It was the over the shoulder restraints hitting your head as you went through the elements.
They don't look comfortable.
Okay,
I'll tell you that much.
I didn't know if it was like the roughness of the train or if people's head were getting just being banged around, or you gotta do the hand motions. Pow 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 pow.
Gotta lean forward.
Wait, right.
Man, I'm tired of leaning forward. Just make the restraints comfortable.
It's lean forward. You do it on Mugumu.
Tear it down. Tear it down.
Oh man,
Tony, if you're listening, tear Roger down.
No.
Or
Tear
bring
Gemini down. Tear Gemini down.
Absolutely not, Jacob. No, we're not taking out Gemini.
Why? There's so much room that Gemini takes up. You could do so much.
Gemini is one of the best arrows.
Rogaroo is like so tiny that you could put a kiddie coaster in its place.
I would rather them bring a stand-up coaster back into the park. I miss stand-up coasters.
Got an idea. Standing coaster to floors. Practice standing. Think about it. Under the conversion.
What?
But one thing I would like to bring up about Thunderhead is that it has the best on-ride photos.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because a couple other people were saying the same thing.
Like the background in it is just marvelous.
Yeah, people were saying that it has one of the best on-ride photos.
I'm muted for a second. I apologize.
No, you're
Never
fine.
mind. Did you hear the news? The Jaslyn Park? Yeah, but you're taking secret parking spot away behind. I heard they might be enforcing that, where if you're not going to the water park or you're not staying in the hotel, they might not let you park over there anymore. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor I've been hearing.
That's an interesting rumor because that's where I park all the time. I can't tell you the last time I parked out at the main gate at Cedar Point before.
I didn't even go last year. I want to go this year, but then I don't because I want to be able to ride a coaster more than one time.
Yeah,
that's why you go on a weekday and buy Fastlane Plus.
What is it on a weekday? 140 instead of 170?
No, like 90, 100.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I didn't make it there last year.
On vengeance.
Yeah, if they run it right.
They run it right when I was there.
It's a whole nother subject.
So, if we're going to learn is that Chris,
you can write that down as another show topic. Anything and everything Steel Vengeance, because that'll fill up a whole hour and more.
Oh, it will, because it's when you don't rate it as your number one, everybody starts harassing.
Oh yeah, I've gotten that harassment a few times.
Chris has to.
Well, I wrote it 9 times on that one Saturday, so I had the opportunity to ride it a lot. It's a good coaster, but when it's running 3 trains, what in the world is going on that photo? Is that Matt in the back?
Yeah, that's Matt in the back, but this is Thunderhead's photo. And duly noted, so anybody who thinks that the guy in the front is flipping people off, he is not. He is doing this, but unfortunately with where the camera is placed, it looks like he is doing this.
Hey, by the way,
I got you, Jacob.
Actually, I got accused at Cedar Point twice when I did the rock on sign. They told me I was flipping the camera off.
But the guy in the camera, the guy even zoomed it in so we could see to make sure that he wasn't flipping the camera off. But the Thunderhead.
Remember, I got accused of that, and they wouldn't show me the photo.
Yeah, but
I did come. I knew it.
So that's pretty much, like my opinion, the best ride photo you get.
Was this seatbelt even on? He got some freestanding. He got a freestanding moment on that one drop.
You kind of do.
Yeah, if you don't.
Now, if you want a hidden gem DCI, go on to this place called Beach Bend.
So yeah, we rode lightning rods 6 times, or we at least got our photo 6 times.
Who's the person in the front? They're not having a good time.
Which one?
Definitely not Jacob.
Come on, so
you could send that and you could share it on here. You don't have to.
it won't let me download it. It's
Yeah,
being
we'll screenshot.
no, it'll blur it.
It's really calling that. He did that way.
It's trying to send Annika instructions, but
Poor Annika.
What about Blazing Fury? Now that we'll get back on that subject in a minute, but Blazing Fury. Okay, so I've had the opportunity to ride Blazing Fury, and the one at Silver Dollar City's Fire in the Hole, right? The
Yes.
one at Silver Dollar
Fire
City.
in the hole.
The one at Silver Dollar City scared the living daylights out of me on that one drop into the water. The one at Dollywood didn't do anything for me when I rode it. So that's why I want to know if anything's changed on it. It doesn't have any water anymore, and I don't know why.
It needs water.
So it doesn't have water, but it has fog machines and red lights. It's good, but I mean, I'm sorry, RMC, but you touched it. You touched it, and it was broke all weekend. Duly noted.
Remember, Jacob, when in doubt, blame Vekoma.
Is Vekoma the original designer of it?
No, it wasn't. I'd say blame Vekoma for White Knox.
Okay, because I thought it was an in-house coaster.
It was. It all maintenance guys.
No,
so.
my understanding is they kept freezing up somewhere, and they kept having to evac people. But anyways, Blazing Fury and Fire in the Hole, they're pretty much exact replicas at the parks, except with a little bit of scenery changing. They're both firefighter themed, except the big difference is you get a little bit more airtime in those drops that they have on Fire in the Hole, and then you have the splashdown in Fire in the Hole, and that pretty much is what makes that ride really, really good compared to the Blazing Fury.
Although Jacob Dell, Blazing Fury has the nice fake out bridge where the bridge just drops on you.
Yes, that is true. That was really, really cool. But when the ride's down all weekend, you gotta fit.
It was down all day Saturday.
I don't know how a ride easy like that to maintain is down all day. But then again, I could be wrong. It can be hard to maintain.
I know the park said that they do everything they can to keep that ride
going. It's a very old ride. It is a very old ride.
Isn't the top speed like 20? Isn't the top speed like 20 on that thing?
If that.
I was going to say.
Let's find out.
It's almost like a tram almost.
And see, fun fact, I like the Silver Dollar City trains better than the Blazing Fury trains. But I understand why you have those trains on Blazing Fury, because at Silver Dollar City, it did have a line the entire time we were there, but
22 miles per hour.
I mean, Chris, at one point I thought I was on People Mover at Walt Disney World. So I mean,
it does kind of feel like that. That's what they need to do with the People Mover. Add some more effects in it.
I mean, that's what I'm dead serious. At one point I thought I was on like a People Mover style ride because it just seemed like it was.
And it is almost an exact replica of to the T almost. The first half.
Is that right into the ground though? It feels like the building's on like
Blazing Fury.
Yeah, it feels like it goes underneath a little bit.
It goes like if you had a basement. That's kind of where it starts and then works its way up.
What's the tallest drop on that, Zach? 15 feet?
You're like 20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not much.
Does it run on the same technology that Superstition Mountain at Indiana Beach used to ride on, or does it actually have limb motors on it?
Actually had like limbs on it. Okay, Jacob, I figured out why you like Blazing Fury more. Blazing Fury is actually faster.
I don't like Blazing Fury more. I like
Fire. Tomato, did the same thing basically. But I mean, Fire in the Hole is faster though. Fire in the Hole is faster.
Okay, it's not the speed. The
it's that final drop.
It's that final drop, and it's. I feel like Silver Dollar Cities has more effects.
Yeah, by
what you've described,
because they're taking it faster.
By what you've described, I can see how you like the Silver Dollar City one more, if that with those special effects and ending.
So yeah, Silver Dollar City compared. Okay, so I feel like Silver Dollar City is a little bit more of a theme park than Dollywood. I feel like Dollywood's a little bit more entertainment based than Silver Dollar City. Yes, Silver Dollar City does have a lot of entertainment, but their rides they have a little bit more thrill to them. The only thing that caught me by surprise this weekend was Dragon Flyer. I wasn't.
Dragon Flyer packs a punch.
Oh my god!
For a family coaster, it packs a punch.
You know what?
The
Vekoma coasters are good anyways. The suspended Vekomas, like even down here in Orlando at Fun Spot Orlando, even the what's it called, Zach? What is it? Freedom Flyer is even really good.
Yeah.
If it was a little longer, it'd be better, but it even packs a punch.
Do you want sodium POV of that?
Not right now. Not right now.
Well, what surprised me was when you look at Dragon Flyer, and then you look at Thunderhead, they almost look at the exact same height. I know they're not the exact same height, but they look like they are about the exact same height.
Yeah, I've been for probably Elvis Insane is probably what it is.
I just hope they do more with the stage 2 of Wildwood Grove.
I'm telling you,
Mock spinning coaster, mock spinning.
You know what the funny part about it is, though? I feel like that first section is almost as big as the whole park. Because that park is tiny.
It's a big area. There's no doubt about it.
I would love to see kind of like a intermediate coaster. I know, like something that's in between Time Traveler and Fire.
I've heard rumors of a dark ride.
I've heard those rumors as well.
Yeah, you win. Yeah, you need one. Yeah.
I would love to see him at a mock hyper, but that probably won't happen.
When we all.
Well, there's been rumors going around that they're going to add a hyper coaster too.
There is that rumor too that I've heard.
And see, I feel like a hyper coaster would fit. Perfecto.
How about a hyper spinning coaster?
Yeah,
just a hyper.
Yeah.
After being there, I felt like something they were missing was something big, tall, and fast.
How about a hyper standing coaster?
What? What did you just say?
No, that's just not right.
What did you say? A mock spinning coaster?
No, he said a hyper standing. Can you imagine coming off that first lift hill?
A hyper spinning stand-up coaster?
Yes.
Oh wow,
that'd be great.
B&M's working on that with the surf coaster, aren't they?
Yeah. That'd be basically standing long coaster. What? Yeah.
Well, that's the rumor, at least.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what it is. We don't know if SeaWorld's going to be whatever. SeaWorld needs to open their current coasters before they build newer coasters.
Nah.
You said nah. SeaWorld Orlando's going to get another coaster. Why not? It's probably their moneymaker out of all 5 anyways.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you hear SeaWorld, you probably think Orlando.
Well, I'm finding out from the videos I'm releasing that SeaWorld Orlando is more popular than Busch Gardens Tampa. Surprisingly. I have no clue how.
Probably wheels.
I lose interest within an hour at SeaWorld Orlando. I'm going to be honest. If I can't ride Manta and Mako.
I was going to say, is it Manta and Mako that are bringing... Is that the reason why?
I'm guessing so.
I mean, I feel like you.
I like the park, but it's not my favorite SeaWorld park. I love San Diego.
I like the park too, but I mean, I've gone there so many times that it's almost stale.
It is.
To be honest with you.
Well, you have that long bridge that you walk across, and it's like I feel like they could drain some of that water out and add an addition over there instead of walking across a big lake with really no entertainment at all.
Although I don't know if you guys saw the latest, but they've done some upgrades on stuff, so I'm hoping that helps a little bit.
Yeah, looks like inside the aquarium, the 360 dome.
Yeah,
looks like they removed the people mover or the what do they call that at the airports? The moving sidewalk. Looks like the moving sidewalk's now gone.
Yeah, and they have some new food options and some paint jobs they did. But I'm like you, it's for people who go to it more frequently than others, it has started to get stale.
It is. I think Icebreaker will add a good addition, but I think they need one more extreme coaster after that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think what it is, Briscoe and Tampa had a bunch of animals they can see in zoos. Meanwhile, where else do you go to see whales? Killer whales. Have to see one.
SeaWorld San Antonio, SeaWorld
Yeah,
San
I know
Diego.
I'm saying though, but I mean, they're all SeaWorld parks. And
Well,
only was more going to see a killer whale, so.
Well, here's the thing. I've been to all three of them, and SeaWorld San Diego, for me, does it the best. It has a good flow. It has a lot to do there. You have better shows. You have a sky ride that goes over the actual bay. It's just, yeah, the coasters aren't 200 feet tall, but they don't need that there.
But going back to it, yeah, I mean, I've been going to that park in Orlando for 10 years now, and not much has changed other than the addition of Mako and some other things. But I agree, it's stale anymore. I mean, Infinity Falls was a great addition.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But beyond that, I mean, it's the same old stuff every time you go.
SeaWorld Ohio, yeah, ask Cedar Fair what happened with that one.
Yeah, it's now going to be a housing development or whatever.
Oh, man.
Or commercial shopping, from what I've heard last.
I think
when it came down, they made sure that it could never, ever, ever be used again at the amusement park.
Well, then, talking about Dollywood, I think Dollywood's a great family park. Like, if you're in Gatlinburg, obviously, more than likely you're going to be with your family, or you're going to have an older family member with you because the whole area is geared towards families, or I don't like saying the word older people, but the older generation, because you have the whole section of Dollywood that has nothing but arts and crafts, but like over in Silver Dollar,
yeah.
But over in Silver Dollar City, it's spread out, so you feel like you're actually in a town as you go through it. Whereas Dollywood is just in one area, on one side of the park. You have like your live show over there, live outside show. And then on the left side, you have like all your arts and crafts area over there.
Yeah, like
they took Silver City's whole field and put it down in one land called Crescent Valley. It made what I've been hearing.
Yeah,
For that kind of thing, like in the wood, like all kind of old time stops.
I don't. This was your first time there, correct?
Yeah, it was my second time there, but first time really riding anything.
Oh, okay.
Because we went there for the Christmas event, and we checked out Wildwood Grove, but that was about it. And the Christmas lights. But like you and I discussed on Sunday and even yesterday, it's a great park for a family where you have kids like the range of my children, like 6 and 9. I mean, they had a great time. But it's definitely, like you and I discussed, Chris, it's not really a thrill seekers park. I mean, if you're a thrill seeker and you're looking for that thrill seeking idea, that steel vengeance, that type of intense, other than Lightning Rod, I mean, it's not, in my opinion, a thrill seeker park. It's a family of 4 going for a good family time, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll agree. I actually have more fun in Pigeon Forge than I do at Dollywood.
Oh.
But I mean, Pigeon Forge has a lot of good mountain coasters to ride, and then you could go down to Gatlinburg and do the same thing. So for me, I don't know.
I mean, Dollywood is lucky to have such a rich tourist location. Yeah. I mean, like you said, the entertainment in Pigeon Forge you drive down the main drag and you have a go-kart track every 10 feet, it seems like.
Yep.
The islands, for example.
The island. And I mean, the island, you have Magic Quest, you have Rowdy Bear, to like goats on a roof. I mean, there is entertainment everywhere of all different sorts. I mean, we went to the Dolly Stampede for the first time and had a great time. So there's just so much to do. So Dollywood is very lucky to have such a rich district to pull in those normal people who wouldn't maybe not go to an amusement park or theme park, to pull those people in as well.
So what's the deal with them always having a firefighter theme? We have Fire Chaser Express, we have Blazing Fury, we haven't. I know Silver Dollar City has an area dedicated to firefighters with a fire ladder pole and stuff like that. I don't know if Dollywood has it. I don't recall if it does or not. But what is the homage to all the I see homage to firefighters at both parks, and I'm trying to figure out, was one of the owners a prior firefighter?
I was wondering the same question when I saw how much I give them credit. Thank you for
absolutely
for honoring those first responders and stuff. But I was wondering the same thing. Is there somebody in the family that they know that? I mean, you're right. There's a lot of pomp and circumstance and stuff towards firefighters.
But that could just be their thing.
For
example, I mean,
they could 100%.
Yeah, especially in down in Pigeon Forge.
And one thing which I gave Dollywood for a round of applause for this one, but the thing they do with their eagles is just out of this world. The eagle program they have there.
Hey, sorry, I had to cut that from the reel, man. I'll put it on a separate.
Make it a video. Make that.
I was gonna say we should be trying to raise money. I gave them $30 for the ELO program while we were there, and I'm planning up to become a donor because what the work that they do and for how many eagles they have and for how many eagles they release a year is just out of this world. I know they don't release any of their permanent eagles, but the eagles they have eagles that breed. They hatch eagles in the spring. They usually release them the following year. So it's just amazing the work Dollywood has put into helping take the eagle population from being an endangered species to being just our national bird again.
Did you watch any of the inside, or the inside shows still canceled for now, or did they open them back up?
Open.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Dollywood one, but I'm running full train, so
they are running full trains.
And by the way, sorry, Florida, your food sucks. If I could have the food that Pigeon Forge does and Gallenberg does down here, I would be in heaven.
I was telling Jacob about that, how you were commenting on how good the food was in Pigeon Forge, and I agree. There's some amazing places to eat there.
You have that, you have a breakfast place. I forget the name of it, but it's like buffet style, and they give you so much food, and they just keep coming with food.
We found our favorite place to eat at Dollywood.
Cinnamon bread?
No, it was this cafe. It was this cafe place over by Lightning Rod, not the hamburger joint right across from it.
Yeah, your Front Porch Cafe.
Yes.
That's where we ate too. It was pretty good. That's the one thing I did enjoy about Dollywood is they had a lot of sit down places where you can eat instead of just your normal park food. Because we tried out the smokehouse too as well.
How was
we were down there. It was really good. Yeah, Cat just ran across the screen.
Yeah, I would call Dollywood is the Miss Lillian chicken place. That was good.
What I like it?
Is that Miss Lillian chicken place?
Oh, okay, I didn't get a chance to sample all the food. I thought the food inside whatever the Lightning Rod place is, the restaurant right next to that, I thought that food was decent. You probably had a bad experience, but I had a good experience there. So I guess it depends
so
it had a long line.
Well, when we got in line, it didn't have a long line. It's just that I ordered chili cheese fries.
You always have problems with orders, though. You need to just write it down and hand it to them.
It was even on the receipt, and they gave me regular fries, but the burgers tasted exactly like the ones you get at that car place in Cedar Point, right there at the Midway. They tasted exactly the same to the T.
So does it taste like concession burgers then? Concession stand microwave burgers?
Yep.
It's all right. You can be honest. It's okay. I think they want to hear feedback on some of the things. So,
Yeah.
But that was my only bad food experience. All the other food we had there, our mind was blown by it.
Yeah, I was really impressed. They definitely take care of or look into food options and show options and making sure that they're always fresh and new.
So, Jacob, cinnamon bed. Which one is better?
oh, well,
I'll let you know. I'll let you know this week when I go to Silver Dollar City. But right now, I felt like Silver Dollar City had the better bread. But it's been a few months since I've had Silver Dollar City bread. So
yeah,
there's people.
I mean, it's been a few meetings that I had on Dollywood bread. So, I mean, what time I did, 2015? I mean, last time I was there, they were building Fire Chaser.
Oh.
Yeah, but he had 500 though, so.
They had what?
The mountain slide winder.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
That was fun. Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah, it was a toboggan style water ride. We sit in a toboggan and he's flying down. Yeah, that's fun.
Fire Chaser was a good ride too for the family.
It looks fun. I'm ready to ride it.
My family really enjoyed riding it together.
So out of those few rides right there, not counting Dragon Flyer, I would probably say that was my favorite ride.
Chili cheese fries sound so good right now. I'm reading this over here. Sorry.
I see that.
Oh, I love chili
cheese. I do have to give Dollywood credit. Their family coasters are definitely family coasters. I mean, everybody in the entire family can enjoy them, from the youngest rider to mom and dad, for sure. Even grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, Dollywood is definitely for all ages. Kids.
Watch out for Big Bertha.
Champions. Young adults.
Watch out for Big Bertha.
I was very impressed with Fire Chaser for sure.
I'm waiting about it. I mean,
Big Bertha. Big Bertha is the firework that tips over and launches you, shoots at you.
I rode it one time.
It gets pretty close to you when you're in the front seat.
And that fog effect, it hit you right in the face.
Yeah. My family and I sat row 1, row 2 on the second or third time we rode it, and he's not kidding. That fog gets you.
Do any of you guys that are watching currently? We have 8 live feeds. Don't hesitate. Ask any questions you guys have.
But Dollywood, I would say it's a pretty good park to go to, but I agree with you two. That it's definitely more of a family-based park than it is a thrill park.
Yeah. If I had friends or family that were asking for a good park to take their family to, I'd definitely highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
That whole area it's just the whole area to me, it's a great area, but I feel like I always spend more money there in that area than I do down in Orlando. Like, even when I get to Orlando, it's like, you go visit the Titanic, $40 a piece. You go ride a mountain coaster, $20 a piece.
20 if you're lucky.
Well, yeah. Then you have the other enthusiasts that are complaining about the Big Apple coaster costing $14, and you're like, oh, I wish it was $14 down in Pigeon Forge for a coaster.
No kidding.
Actually, if my hood is the Dollywood Gold Pass, I'm getting down discounts at many of the things nearby.
Oh, really?
Yes, I heard. Yep.
It's good to know.
So I try it out and see what we get them at.
Did you try out the water park while you guys were there? I'm just joking.
Yeah, it was nice, and
Cold.
non-existent.
Actually, fun fact: one of the resorts near Dollywood had their outdoor water park open.
They did. There's a few places that did have their outdoor water parks. One thing I do want to point out, I don't know if you heard, Jacob. Anyone's allowed to visit the Dreammore too. It's not closed to like just resort guests or anything. There are restaurants inside of it that you're able to go ahead and visit. We found that out on Friday, walking around with some of the PR team from the park. And that's another location you can go to.
Get that away from your mic, man.
The Dreammore is another location where you can get cinnamon bread too if you don't have park admission. So that was a cool insider tip that I didn't know about.
Somebody's getting feedback again. Jacob, I'm gonna go for you. Okay, now you're good.
Yeah, Jacob.
So we found the culprit of our feedback. It wasn't us. It was him all along.
I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh, by the way, before we get into other subjects, many of you guys might have signed up. You guys probably didn't because we have a lot of fans that are Indiana Beach fans that probably don't watch our other shows. But we're having a Midwest Coaster Fans Indiana Beach outing. Also, Jeremy from Buckeye is going to assist with it as well if he can.
Yep, absolutely.
July 17th, we got the ticket price back, $20.99 for tickets if you don't have a season pass, and $18.99 for food and drink. So we think that's a great deal. Indiana Beach cut us a really good group outing deal. So we'll have more details released on that later. First, we're going to give the chances to the people that gave the interest first. I don't know why you're holding up your hand.
Quick question on that.
Yeah.
Back to the event for people who attend. If they have a season pass, do they have to buy tickets or do they just have to buy the food and drink?
Just the food and drink. I already talked to her about it, so we're good on that.
Here's mermaid shirt.
Yeah, we're really excited about teaming up with you guys on this event and helping out as a sponsor to help with it. So we're really excited.
We're discussing the show right now. So.
I don't know if I'm more excited for the event or to finally ride the new sports car.
What? Yeah, I think it's going to be a great time.
I figured I'd bring that out there. Whoever filled out an interest card first, just to let everybody know that's watching that. So if you haven't been to Indiana Beach before and you're wanting to check out the park, you don't want to buy a season pass, join the group outing on July 17th. We would love to have you there. We'll have an itinerary. Obviously, just like any other event, you don't have to follow the itinerary. But it'll be a good chance for you to do it, get to meet some other roller coaster enthusiast friends, family, and then, yeah. So far we have 64 people that are probably going. We would like to make that 100. So that leaves
It's a great park too, Chris. I mean, I went there for the first time last year and had an absolute blast. So as a first timer last year, I highly recommend anybody who hasn't been there to be there. You guys have been there plenty of times, but I highly recommend it.
And anybody who has to travel in, there's a KOA. So if you love to camp, there's that. There are many hotels. There are lodges, around the lake. So if you need a place to stay, there are a lot of great places to check out as well.
That's good to know too.
Fun fact, I got married up on Lake Schaefer. Not at Indiana Beach, unfortunately, but I got married up on Lake Schaefer.
Come on, you still got a minute in the beach.
No, we went the next day.
He went there, I think, during the first year of Apex.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe the second year.
But yeah, I was just going to say it's a great opportunity to support a park that's up and coming and a lot of good that's happening there.
Yeah, better than Neona here, because Neona is doing a good job.
And we're going to change it every year, so we don't know where we're going to be at next year. This will be an every year thing. Next year, maybe we'll be at Magic Mountain in California. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Silver Dollar City.
Silver Dollar. Whew.
Yeah, Silver Dollar next year.
Yeah.
Hey, Silver Dollar City is a great park. It's just a pain in the butt to get to.
We'll
have
$6 drive.
we'll set up a competition with who can outlast me on Time Traveler.
I can.
Nobody. That's it.
I can.
Hey, we want to report back from this weekend on how many times you wrote it.
Dick, I think a better one. Who can outride me on Voyage?
Fun fact, Jeremy. The last time I was there, I rode it 50 plus times the last weekend.
Oh man! Wow. I'm looking forward to riding that.
I just bounce back and forth because Thunderation is one of the best mine trains I've ever been on.
Yeah, it had their time.
Oh, Thunderation is amazing.
It is.
I would just go from Thunderation, Time Traveler, Thunderation, Time Traveler.
Hey, that's going to be our next competition. We're going to meet followers of Midwest Coaster fans. We're going to put it up there, and let's go ahead and see during Hollywood Nights. Well, hopefully this year it's not as packed. Let's see if one of us could get 30 rides in one day on it. It's going to be hard, but
All I gotta say is just make sure you watch out for the sharks.
Long ride.
Oh, by the way, they just released a shirt today.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, I need to buy it.
I had to throw that in there.
They didn't misspell any of the words on there from what we
Yeah. Well, I mean, now you had your credit, not a roller credit, called a roller coaster credit. Roller.
A Rollar.
Roller.
How did they misspell that? Because A's not even anywhere close to E. Did they not know how to spell roller?
And then Jacob, did you tell him about the shirt that they had in the gift shop? I thought of Chris instantly once I saw it.
Oh, the cinnamon bread shirt?
Absolutely, 100%. I thought of Chris.
I saw online. I need one of those. Cinnamon bread.
Oh my god!
I'm just here for the cinnamon bread.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought of you, Chris, instantly as soon as I saw it.
I love food. If a park doesn't have good food, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, me and Chris are
I
foodie.
agree. It's an important aspect of going to a park, to be honest with you.
And that's one
You
thing.
know
that
I'm a
Thurston
foodie.
does really
So my
well.
pick. I know I'm foodie, and I'm proud of it. I will judge parks on food.
I never.
Hey, it is an important part of a park moving forward. If a park doesn't have all aspects, like including food and merchandise, people aren't going to come. I mean,
So I could be wrong, but I felt like that's one thing Dollywood lacks on.
what?
Kind of more coaster themed merchandise.
Oh, that's the same way with Silver Dollar City too. I
No,
think
actually, the worst park for coaster merchandise is definitely Hershey Park and Camden. Hershey Park, if you want coasters to only have it for Pandemonium, my saw.
Hershey has really increased their merch lately,
Okay, I would
especially in the off season.
Yeah, I would Hershey Park for Canyon Lane, and the only coasters that I saw was Pandemonium.
In the off season, they've started to increase their
podium.
Okay, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Dollywood has multiple shops, a lot of variety, but they're more all like tennis based and not so much, and dolly based, not so much the ride based.
Well, let's take the roller coaster enthusiast equation out of Dollywood.
No.
Most of your visitors there are going to be families that could give a crap about coasters, to be honest, and older people that probably been going to Gatlinburg for years. They've been going to Dollywood for years. They go to the arts and craft shops. They buy up all the arts and crafts, and they probably go down to Gatlinburg. So
I agree with you completely, Chris. I mean, walking through the stores, we walked in the wood carver store, and it was packed.
I love that so much.
I mean, you're right. The arts and crafts stores were just as busy as any of the other gift shops. I mean, we walked by Lightning Rod, and there was not a single person in the Lightning Rod gift shop. But there's, like I said, the wood carver and the new blacksmith location were packed.
duly noted, a lot of that stuff in the Lightning Rod gift shop is just hot rods on cars. It's not actually. It's not actually Lightning Rod.
There's not a lot of Lightning Rod merch. I agree.
But yeah, that's the majority of the visitors. I mean, you got on Gatlinburg. I mean, to me, Gatlinburg. Okay, I'm. That's a whole nother podcast. But the time that I got to spend a weekend over there, Gatlinburg is really geared towards people who like antique shopping. And then you have a couple of the what's that one park called that has the Skylift or whatever it's called, similar to you'd find it like a ski park or whatever. It's called
Golden Cabins.
What is it? What is the name of it?
Oh, wait, like quick question.
Ober. It's called Ober.
What state is this park in? Is it in Colorado? Is it in Carolinas? We need to know.
Gatlinburg, man. I just said that.
Oh yeah, that would be over Gatlinburg.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna put it.
But you're right. You walk through downtown Gatlinburg, and it's food and it's stuff like that. No, I mean downtown Gatlinburg is food and artisan or crafts or antiques. I mean, you're right. That's what the area is all about.
And then you have Ripley's Believe It or Not, where you can find those at any tourist location. So
you got Ripley everywhere.
Daddy, can I play you?
Oh, I want you to know that Ripley the Cream and the Smoky is actually pretty good now.
I don't know where your Play-Doh.
Yeah, I mean, Ripley bought a go-kart track down there.
Yeah.
I don't know where your Play-Doh's at.
Ripley had aquarium, so
I'm really excited for the new aquarium in Branson.
Yes.
Oh, they're building a new aquarium out there?
It just opened.
You only have one. It's open, yep.
It just
I
opened.
did not know that. Who is it from?
I don't know, but it's not Ripley.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Branson, okay. That's a whole nother subject.
Branson Aquarium. Let's find out.
Branson is interesting.
The entrance looks absolutely amazing.
It does.
Are you able to pop it up on the screen, maybe?
I got it.
But I'm going to go into a couple questions with Jeremy because we're kind of over the Dollywood part of the show. How long have you been involved with the theme park industry, or how long have you been a roller coaster?
Since 2001, when I started at the age of 16. After literally I turned 16 and went up to Kings Island and put my application in there. 2001 was my first season there. So, and ever since then, I've been connected to it one way or the other, from staying at the park till 2006, and then getting into the Great Wolf Lodge for about 9 months before I started my full-time job where I'm at now. But I've always been around the industry.
And because you're an engineer as well, correct?
Correct.
So what did Kings Island end up getting you in kind of the amusement park or engineering type aspect of the industry?
Yeah. So prior to working at Kings Island, I really wanted to be like a weatherman. I was really into weather. Then after working there, I actually started out in architectural engineering, and then found out that I was pretty limited as an architectural engineer. So that's when I transferred over to mechanical engineering, because if I were to ever get into a job in the industry, a mechanical engineer would be would open up the most doors compared to an architectural engineer who would lay out like landscaping plans and stuff for these rides.
And I know you and I discussed that you've been trying to get kind of looking into possibly getting into the amusement park industry.
Yeah, it's a really tough industry to get into. It's very limited. I know I went on a construction tour for Pantheon last year before COVID shut the world down for the time being, and even then, talking to the vice president of engineering and development there, they only have a few engineers that work for SeaWorld parks, so it's really hard to get into. But each and every day, I continue to make connections and stuff, and maybe someday I'll be in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps having your own channel and reaching out and getting connections, because it seems like the amusement park industry to me is more about who you know and your experience more so than just your experience level.
Yeah, and two, it's being around the industry too and wanting to learn about it. Just not going to the parks, asking questions. If you see a maintenance guy walking by, most of the time they'll take your questions, and learning more about the ride. So over the years, that's helped tremendously as well.
Now, I don't know if anybody else has any questions, but I was going to say I kind of like you. I kind of went all over the place, so my experience is kind of weird. I've always been into roller coasters, never been into really mechanical engineering or engineering, but I know before 2001, which was 9/11 happened, I wanted to get in radio communication. So this is kind of nice being able to do a podcast, because I've always wanted to do work like this. For some reason, I got into law enforcement and in the Army as a military police officer. I have no clue how, because I hadn't. I was going to get into communications and I chose that job, but traveling all over the country actually was the only time I actually got to check out some of these new parks. Like in Denver, I got to check out Leech Gardens when it was owned by Six Flags, and Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and so
another thing too that I've come to enjoy is all aspects of the parks too. I used to go to parks, and because I was in ride operations and a lifeguard supervisor and stuff, I'd always like pay attention to like what the operators are doing or what the lifeguards are doing and stuff. And I used to be so like zeroed in on that. And now anymore, I feel like maybe someday I could even do like a PR job or something, because I've learned so much about parks and other aspects of it to be able to do something more like that, not necessarily in the engineering field, but I could do operations, because I've learned so many different aspects of it. And I think that makes me a more well-rounded person, especially when talking to people like yourselves or others. I can give an opinion on all different things.
I know that's what Zach's getting into. He's trying to get into PR relations, so
yeah. I mean,
I let him control our Twitter.
Yeah,
give him experience on that level. We'll call him the intern.
And actually, I forgot how long ago. I mean, I applied for 2 internships and seasonal HLA. So
that's cool. Yeah, I've learned that knowing all aspects of the park is more important than just knowing one aspect of it.
Yeah, now that I kind of like mastered the evaluation kind of stuff, I'm gonna get in more business side of things. That's what I'm at. So
yeah, there's a lot to learn. I noticed that I kind of pay attention more to it than I did before, because before you'd walk into the park and enjoy it, and now you're kind of like analyzing how the ride works, how it's put together, how the park's laid out, and you're like, man, owning a channel is nice, but sometimes your brain just needs to relax and enjoy itself.
Yeah, I've learned a lot too ever since starting Buckeye back in early 2019, how much more of appreciation I have for parks altogether. Because like you said, I used to be focused on the rides and portions of that, and now merch and PR aspects, especially with all the public relation contacts and stuff that I'm making with people, I definitely have a much more appreciation. I've known some very, very big leaders from a PR standpoint in the business, and have a very much more appreciation for them now more than ever. So yeah, learning all aspects of the park has been a great thing, especially through Buckeye.
Well, we learned that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, just being able to share like merchandise opportunities, new food opportunities, sales opportunities through Buckeye has given me a more appreciation for it.
Well, I was going to say that we kind of learned the hard way because we found out a rumor. So you kind of learn that the PR not only handles that, but all the backlash from the rumors going on too. So
that's true.
Especially nowadays, unfortunately, you can't keep a secret in 2021. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like 20 years ago where the internet was, dial up and.
If you find it, we'll find it.
Unless you have a park like Holiday World where you can't see a lot of the park from the main areas, so if there's something going on, it's kind of harder to see at.
Yeah,
if you want to see things, you just drive by the HR department in a parking lot. That's the thing to typically head in that.
Well, let me prime example. Let's say they're doing track work on Legend. You would never really know.
No.
Or you would know by talking about it.
Or if you could always find a barbed wire fence.
No, not do that.
You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know at Kings Island.
True.
I mean, all you see is 71, and that's it. You wouldn't know anything. You don't know anything going on inside those gates unless it's tall.
Is there a fence on the backside over by that river or the creek that runs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There is.
I always wondered that because it's like,
if you take the bike path down through there, you'll see where the property is and everything.
Same old Sam. What year did you work there? Thunder Canyon for 3 years, bikinis or petting.
Family cell.
But
family.
What? And one thing that I like about Silver Dollar City better than I do Dollywood is I feel like Silver Dollar City is a little bit more photogenic.
Oh yeah, that block is. Oh yeah.
Photogenic how? Because you can't see anything.
Photogenic is speaking.
I feel like you can see more Silver Dollar than Dollywood.
Next time you go to Dollywood, I'll show you all the secret hiding spots.
Now, photogenic is on Wildfire.
Wildfire, Traveler, Thunderation.
But Wildfire, though, that is the easiest coaster to photograph, though, is it not?
That's the only one you can see.
Whoa!
Time Traveler.
Okay, Time Traveler, you could see it from the window, but what other place can you actually see it from?
You can see it
on the entrance of Divide.
Powder Keg, you can see it blast off the lift hill, the first airtime hill. That's about it. They need an observation tower. There you go, Silver Dollar City. Get us an observation tower.
No. We need a taller drop tower.
No.
Yes.
No.
You need a slingshot. There you go. Put it in county fair.
Softlighted.
Even though the county fair probably didn't have that back in the 1880s.
Oh, and can we talk about Dollywood's train ride?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's not. Go ahead.
It's not good as nowadays, though. But
what was your opinion on it, Jeremy? You like it?
It's really long. First of all, I just wish there was. I know it goes back around the backside of Wildwood Grove, and it's like empty space. So
which during the Christmas.
They used to be wooded. They cleared that out 2 years ago.
Yeah. I
mean, football Grove, you're basically buying back
if you want an action stunt show.
I think my wife timed the train ride about 12 minutes.
Yeah, I cut that footage down to only when the train was basically blowing its whistle. Because all it was basically was showing an open field for like 5 minutes.
I mean, if they would like theme something like a show or some type of like
And see, which we can reference to, but Silver Dollar City does a mid-course show on their train ride. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But we're also in the
22.
1880s over there.
I think it's missing something.
We're also in the 1880s over in Silver Dollar City, whereas Dollywood doesn't know.
What it is.
Dollywood's a mix of what Dolly Parton loves, and that's probably about it. That's the theme, Dollywood. Well, I don't know why there's even a train ride, to be honest.
My thing is, I was told that the train ride is like the pride and joy of Dollywood.
The train ride used to go around.
Like that train ride was the reason why Dollywood's there. Like that, everybody went to go when they went to Dollywood was ride the train when it first.
Also,
it was great at Christmas time.
Huh?
It was also known as time.
Also known as Silver Dollar City back when it was first made.
Yep.
Yeah.
Failed miserably, and they had to get Dolly Parton to put a stake in it.
Fun fact:
they originally opened, I think, Gold was something with the first name.
Does the train still go around County Fair area and up around that area? And then okay, so I think there's 2 tracks on it. Maybe during Christmas it's longer, but I remember it going all the way almost over by Lightning Rod and then back around. I'm gonna look at it overhead real fast of it because I could have sworn that the track goes around that side of the park because I've seen it go that way.
It goes
it
goes up by it goes up by Lightning Rod, around Thunderhead, through Wildwood Grove, and then does the turnaround and come back.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got Dollywood right. Where is Dollywood? Man, this thing's tiny on the map. Hold on, let me zoom in. Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay. Yeah, there's 2 different routes, it looks like.
No, it is not. So it's basically out this way, turn around, coming this way, turn around again.
Okay, never mind. I see it. I feel like they changed it because I remember it being a little different back then. Maybe not. Maybe I'm imagining things.
Yeah, you're catching up to you, Chris.
Yeah, now Wildwood Grove, the train ride, it felt like that you went out of and came back. It was cool.
You guys had questions prepared for Jeremy, right? What questions did you have for him, Jacob?
I'll let Zach go first.
I had none.
You're done?
No, I had none. Zero.
You had none?
I'm here to be under yesterday. We gave it all day Saturday, so.
Okay, so Jeremy.
Yeah, Lucas, look for that email. Sorry, go ahead.
When it comes to the smaller chain parks, like your not even chain, like your not home parks, but like Kennywood, Waldermere, places like that. What's your favorite park to go to that you've been to and why?
Small park. I'd probably have to say Kennywood. Kennywood's always had a special place in my heart. I went there when I was 8th grade trip. I just love the home feel that park has. It's a great park. If anybody ever is contemplating going there, definitely check it out. I should say this now. I loved the older rides, and I hate that they're taking out so many of them this upcoming season. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed about that. And grateful that my children and I were able to experience some of those older school rides last summer. So I'm going to be sad to see some of those go. But that old feeling. I mean, you can't compare Jackrabbit to anything. I mean, Jackrabbit is just phenomenal. I mean, it's an engineering marvel, and B, it's just so much fun. So it's things like that just, I mean, Chris and I've talked about it before too. The smaller parks just give you that more like magical feeling almost. I mean, so I'm like Chris. I'm more anymore these days toward a smaller park. I want to go out and support them more than anything anymore these days.
They're
yeah. Yeah, that's one park I'm really excited about seeing the 75th anniversary at. We've grown to love that park. My wife and I were actually talking about it over the weekend that we will drive the 3.5 hours, 4 hours back and forth in a day just to visit Holiday World because we just love it so much.
Well, heads up, pass holder weekend's a great time to go if you're a pass holder, which I know you probably are.
Yeah, we are. And we actually missed out last year on it, so we're hoping to be there this year.
Yeah,
so.
With that killer GOCC discount, how can you not be?
It is a great discount, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, it kind of the same price that you guys does, so Ace gets it, Coach Crew gets it, so it's not a big deal.
He's one of the Ace members that gets offended if you talk bad about Ace.
I'm not.
So, my next question is, which I just brought up, GOCC. Do you want to kind of explain to our viewers what GOCC is? And
it's Great Ohio Coaster Club, based out of Ohio. It actually started with a bunch of friends in one of the Q rails up at Cedar Point and took off from there. I'm currently the membership director with GOCC. So if you join the club, you'll be receiving your card and stuff from me. I take a lot of questions from members as well when they go to renew. We do a couple events a year. We're really excited about getting back to that this coming year after a year of not being able to have any events other than our big event at Kings Island that they had in August, which was a huge success with the opening of Orion last year. We were one of the only coaster clubs to actually be able to house an event last year, so we were really proud that we were able to have that event at Kings Island. We thank them for allowing us to do that. But I think it's important if you're an enthusiast to get involved with coaster clubs, not only GOCC, but you have Ace, you have Coaster Crew, because I've met a lot of great people through the coaster clubs, so I highly recommend it if you're a coaster enthusiast to join some type of club and get to know people in the community.
And one thing that's great about the GOCC club is the fact that the price for it is just out of this world wonderful.
Yeah, if you're looking for a great group to join just to test the waters out, especially, or just for a family to join, we definitely have great pricing for that.
I was just giving Zach a hard time. I like all the coaster clubs. Everybody gives Ace a lot of, but you got to understand Ace. Without them, you wouldn't have the coaster landmarks. So
yeah, I agree with you, Chris. Completely.
Yeah, see, talk about Ace is that it's a national club, so we have events at different parks like around the around the country. I mean,
I appreciate that as part of Ace, being able to see all the different events throughout the U.S. too. I mean, it's important. Now, I saw Lucas came up about Kings Island and Lucas, there's been no word yet on the status of Coaster Stock. I will say that we've been getting a lot of inquiries about Coaster Mania, and from that standpoint, Cedar Point has not released any of those details yet on when tickets or anything like that will be on sale. So if you are looking to go to Coaster Mania, just be on the lookout on their website at this point.
Yeah, those sell out very, very fast. They do.
Cedar Point, please have it this year because I want to enjoy Hollywood Nights.
They will have it. I mean,
3,000 people.
It's only on calendar, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of events going on, especially that weekend that you're talking about. There's Hollywood Nights. There's the the Orlando Insider event going on. There's an Ace event going on that weekend.
Oh, so there's a lot of Insiders that weekend too. Oh, man.
Yeah. So Orlando Insiders that weekend, Coaster Mania is that weekend. There's Ace event that weekend, and there's Hollywood Nights. So there are a lot to pick from. But we will be, just to let everybody know, we'll be at Hollywood Nights.
Yeah,
by choice.
Yep.
I want to experience it without the crowds this year.
Yeah.
We're really we're looking forward to hanging out with our friends over at Midwest at that event. So you'll have to check us out. We'll be more with them more than likely.
Same old Sam asks, which Blue Streak do you prefer? Connect.
Conduit Lake.
Yeah, there we go. Park or Cedar Point.
I have not been to Conduit Lake Park, but Blue Streak is one of my favorites. I will hands down. I will be sad when that ride leaves.
Isn't the one at Conduit Lake older? Or just in worse condition?
Let me see.
I believe it is older.
By the way, for those of you, if you guys didn't catch what Conduit Lake put out over the last week, I would say it will not be opening this year. They're shutting it down. They have marked numerous buildings. They are tearing down numerous buildings. They plan on doing a whole rebuild and fixing up the park. So they plan on shutting it down this year and reopening it in 2022.
I hadn't heard that they were going to shut down this year. That's good that they're going to focus on everything.
They said they said it was in worse shape than they originally thought it was in.
I know. I saw you and I were talking about the pictures of all the buildings that they were going to take down, but I hadn't heard they pulled the plug on 2021.
Yeah, so Blue Streak on Conduit Lake Park was 1938, and Cedar Point is 64. So the one in Conduit Lake is older by nearly 30 years.
I figured so because it had the older station with the manual braking system. So I kind of figured it was more 1920s, 1930s.
Also, too, that one is also on NAD. So,
and if you watch El Toro Ryan's video on it, that ride operator says the instructions so fast. I don't know. I'm going to put it in the description for you guys to watch it because that was the last channel I think they got to visit Conduit Lake before COVID, and it was a pretty rundown park, but it looked like they had a good time. I hope they don't tear down the dark ride.
I love the old manual braking system. Sea Dragon at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium still has the old manual braking system, and I think that's just so neat to see in person. You can actually see it. If you go up to the racer at Kings Island, you can see where they had the manual, unless they've boarded it up now, which they may have now, but back in the day when I was there, you could see where they had the manual brakes there on that ride too.
Yeah, I bet it was fun to ride on basically when they had on Buzz Bars.
Yeah, Buzz Bars, you don't need to bring that topic up around me.
Devil's Den is the name of that haunted attraction.
Yeah. Luckily, guys, you can still go ride the same ride called Haunted House over at Cannon Park, and that ride is fun.
That's a park that I hope to visit this summer.
Cannon is really fun.
Talk about a good haunted house ride. Let's talk about the one that's at what is that park we visited, Chris?
Knoebels.
Hey, it's past my bedtime, gentlemen. It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, they're gonna need them more on water.
Lucas, you are correct. They did some. I was one of the people that broke the retracking that they're doing on Sea Dragon at Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. You can see pictures on my Facebook page or Instagram or Twitter of the rework they're doing there.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the description. It's at Buckeye Coasters is how you could look them up on it. I think everything besides maybe Twitter.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, one of them has the date 2018 in it.
I think that's Instagram, right?
Yeah, because for some reason it wasn't available.
Oh, yeah, but that haunted house that you're talking about, Jacob, I will tell you what. The funniest part about it is at the time my daughter was 2, obviously, but it was funny because the whole ride she had no clue what was going on, and then after she got off, she was terrified, and you see all these families bringing their kids on this ride. And then after the kids get off, they have no clue what just happened, and when they get off, they just start bawling their eyes. The ride is pretty terrifying, I'm not going to lie. It had a lot of good jump scares in it.
I heard it's legendary.
Knoebels by far has their in-house rides are amazing.
I've heard that. That was another place that we were supposed to go to last year. We were actually supposed to be the GOCC was supposed to be the opening group for that park that weekend, but it was canceled due to COVID. So we hope to be back there this year sometime.
Well, he got interviewed by the local news over there when we went.
That's awesome.
The only problem is Flying Turns was closed and the other,
Oh, I know.
the Gershlaw type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the
But it's
modifications on
not
that.
good though. It's that was made by Zaire.
Oh, I know. I just forgot.
Yeah.
Look at style. Yeah. Flying Turns is adding, I think, more track.
They are.
Redoing,
So,
extending the length of the ride, and
Yeah,
I
they did some major work on that.
they're a really friendly park. If you get permission ahead of time, they'll let you videotape with a GoPro, which is nice.
Good
Yeah.
for us.
But I thought Twister was better than Phoenix. So
I'll probably do the same thing because I'm one of you guys. So
Twister is definitely better than Phoenix.
a lift into the station. Okay.
yeah.
Got quiet in my house. All of a sudden, I think.
So, Kirby, what's one park you're looking forward to going to this year?
Silver Dollar City.
Good choice.
Silver Dollar City has been on my list for a few years now. So Silver
Silverwood.
Dollars. Yeah. Silverwood it's gonna be a big year for them.
If I could figure out the logistics getting there.
Yeah, let me know when you figure that one out so I can make sure I tag along.
I think it's Spokane. You have to fly into Spokane and then rent a car and drive 2 hours.
Yeah. It's gonna be a big year for Silverwood. For sure.
Well, I like the fact I forget what their one's called. Is it called Tremor?
Yeah, Tremor, yeah.
Yeah, Tremor.
It goes underneath the gift shop.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I love that.
And guess who designed that? The going under the stop?
CCI.
Nope. Fred Grubb.
Who?
Fred Grubb of on the. Yep. That's it.
I like the lightning. I like stunt pilot color scheme. I think the color scheme is awesome for that ride.
I feel like that would have fit really well at Kentucky Kingdom.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Well, I mean, if they backed out of it like we think they did, I mean, RMC is 45 minutes from the park, so it's not like it's a long way.
Yeah.
Right down the road.
I don't think it took much convincing for Silverwood to build stunt pilot either, with RMC being just down the road.
And I think Fred wanted to because that was his book for a while.
Yeah.
So he's booked it
For sure.
I heard it's
Yeah,
a gem. I heard the park's a gem. Now the ticket price is a little pricey for a small park, but
I mean, I'm bad at applying this kind of no face, so
what is it? $70, I think.
might see it.
I mean, that's what every park pretty much is anymore, anyways. So I want to go to Camden Park too. I like going.
You and I talked about going to Camden.
Yeah, and Waldemere and
I want to do one giant Pennsylvania trip.
The Pennsylvania trip would be so awesome.
Pennsylvania has all the coaster gems.
They do. But the Gorman family at Waldemere is amazing. We've got to meet them in person.
I just want to get my opinion on Ravine Flyer too, because I've heard mixed reviews.
I have to.
I want to ride it on a good day. So,
I bet you,
I've
Chris.
heard mixed opinions from different people, so I really want to just ride it for myself, like you said.
well, it's just like riding Cornwall Express a million times. I prefer the very back. Some people prefer the very front. Some people don't like it. Some people don't. I don't know.
That debate's Hoosier. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of Hoosier.
Cornball's awesome. My family and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, that and Steelhawk. I want to ride the other Loco, though. That'd be kind of fun to ride.
Yeah, so I can't see one and one,
I've
but
done that.
have a discounted Plantain though, so I still would.
Which
So,
one's the better one, do you think? The El Loco at the Adventure Dome, or?
Yeah, I do.
Well, they are working on new padding but we still going to have
Still
the shoulder harnesses, so. All right.
I like how it'll go out there.
And then Indiana Beach, we caught something we probably shouldn't have on video again, or I did.
What
You know what I should do? They should just contact me and have me do the vantage points, and then if I can't see it, then they're good to go. I don't think they realize I've been going to that park since 1988, so I know every little nook and cranny and where everything's hidden at.
That's like me at Kings Island. I know where every nook and cranny is. Or as some people would say, where they hide the bodies. I know where
Or I could always rent
at that park.
Or I could always rent a boat and drive by it. They got their work cut out for them, trying to hide things over there.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when you were.
If you hide it, we find it.
I like how you were taking pictures from across the lake, and then they figured out where you were taking pictures from.
I know people all over that area, so I could.
I know.
Can I go in your backyard with us? I got to go take a picture of the park.
Hey, can I go on your dock real quick? I just need to just.
Okay. I'll buy your boat real quick, please.
And then people are constantly asking us for updates. It's like, oh, when's the next update coming? It's like, we just released it on Thursday, guys. Calm down a little bit.
No, we need an update on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every day.
All right, Zach, every day. You need to be up there every day, Zach.
Hey, that's not me. That would be a Dustin thing. Having to do it. He lives over this, so.
He said, well, I went he got that update last week, and then I got the update on Sunday when I was driving by there. There was no difference. So Ian Staples said something when I was talking to him that he thinks he probably knows April is when everything's probably going to be full speed ahead. And Hoosier Hurricane is running 2 trains this year. He did sneak it on. He has a Reddit account now.
Nice.
Yo boy something. Yo boy 87 or something. I don't know. But he puts photographs on there all the time. So follow him on Instagram if you guys get a chance. Staples EM. He puts photos on there and he puts them on Reddit. And he also so I know we're talking about Dollywood, but I did find something on there last night. So
I wonder,
Chris, do you know how much track? Do you know how much track is there for the new ride?
All of it's there.
It's all there now.
I think so. I haven't seen because they're putting in the footers now. They're starting to pour those, so I imagine the supports are going to go up first.
It's gonna be crazy to see that ride with permanent supports.
Yeah.
At least they're doing the smart thing with that because now you don't have to worry about the issues that plagued it. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, having a traveling coaster that big, I can't even imagine.
Only in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, which by the way, I'd love to go to Oktoberfest and ride that one time.
Me too. Look at the thing, yeah.
You know what I'm excited about with Hoosier? Yeah. You know what I'm excited about with Hoosier?
I don't know.
The electrifying paint touch-ups on the trains.
Oh my god, dude! You did not do. We'll pretend that comment never happened.
No, they're doing the touch-up on the train paint. You didn't know
that? That's not what I heard, but okay. Electrifying. But
no comment on that one.
I wonder why they didn't go with red and blue trains because they used to be red and blue trains back in the late 90s and the early 2000s. And then Morgan or Apex wanted to get cheap and redo the logo, which I miss the old Coca-Cola logo personally. Coca-Cola used to sponsor all the rides. Cornball was sponsored by Sprite back in the day. Oh, yeah.
I like the Hoosier theme.
You
know what I like?
Buzz.
I like the generic numbers they put up for the 25th.
Actually, I like the different hurricane flags they have in the system now.
You like what?
the hooking flags they have for the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
But that coaster would have never got rough if the right owners owned it. So,
yeah.
But it could have been worse. It could have been Conneaut Lake, where all the owners went bankrupt. So.
Yeah, the Conneaut. They let it close out 20 years. Up on there. Hey, we're gonna go now. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I was talking to Jeremy about it. So basically, I read an article. I don't know if you got a chance to read it or not yet, but they said 25% of all malls will be closed by next year, and they're saying the 49% stake that American Dream or what's it, triple something, triple.
I don't know what.
Basically, they might be losing out on that. Basically, they might not have that 49% stake, which means Nickelodeon Universe might be shutting down.
Wow, that's big news.
So I was listening to Drunk Riders podcast, which was funny. They said Indiana Beach, where they say TMNT Shredder, new for 2022 at Indiana Beach. It would actually fit perfectly over there. So
that's funny though.
Well, then somebody was, Cedar Point's always talking about, oh, we're running out of room, and somebody's like, somebody needs to go tell them to go to Indiana Beach and be like, that's when you're running out of room.
No, actually, no. Running out of room is when you're that walk in Sweden. Gordon Lund.
If we really want to talk about running out of room, let's talk about Kentucky Kingdom.
Kentucky Kingdom's got plenty of space. They just got to buy more.
Yeah.
But the problem is
you can only extend so far before you hit streets and highways.
Buy more or take something down.
You've got that plot of land that's on the southwest part that I'm pretty sure nobody's doing anything with right now.
Yeah, you have that, and you have the stadium or there's a show there too in that one area.
What
that's not used to be a stunt show or something back there.
Yeah, going to Loons, they could, in order to build a being an invert, they had to build a station underground to get it in there.
B&M invert. What are you talking about?
Going to Loon in Sweden is opening a B&M invert.
Oh, you're over on Sweden. I was like, what? Kentucky Kingdom had an invert? B&M invert? I thought they had the.
No, I'm saying if you want compact, you go to Gronaloon. They have ride and upper rides.
You know what I'm going to do?
It's insane.
You know what I'm going to do before I go over to Europe? I'm just going to watch all the theme park review. He gives a whole grand tour of every park in Europe. I'll know the layout, where everything's at.
Well, I actually no, not people can review. You mean not people can ride for that stuff.
Actually, yeah, we're going to try to. Let's do an hour and a half vlog video this year.
Yes, hour and a half all Holiday World.
Holiday World. There's no way you could do an hour and a half vlog in Holiday World.
I could.
What are you going to do? Focus on Voyage for an hour?
Dude,
yeah.
You know how
Voyage.
You know how much delicious food I can cover in an hour and a half?
There's no delicious food there, so.
Hey, you're wrong. Come on, Chris. We have good food at Holiday World now.
Where?
Let me tell you this. If
they don't know.
Chop sandwich back this year.
I mean, I remember the pretzels. Everything else was forgettable food there.
The pizza.
The pretzels were good.
Fun fact, Dollywood has some pretty cool butterfly pretzels.
Jacob's going to have his own segment of the show every week now called Jacob's Fun Facts.
Yes. Random fun facts.
And now it's time for Jacob's Fun Facts.
Yeah, Jacob's Fun Facts and Zach's on Long Facts. Actually, last time we learned what happened with me. Giving that one fun fact and see the point.
Hey, what food are you talking about, though? Seriously, Jacob, you're not talking about Holiday Worlds, are you?
Which
yeah,
one?
we got the video place.
Your desserts there are wonderful.
Okay,
Plenty of food they have.
This year they're planning to go really nostalgic, and if that does include their food menu, and they do plan to bring food back from previous years, I expect the food. Oh.
What does nostalgic food mean in Indiana? Bland food and all the pepper on it?
Baked Alaska.
Pork chop sandwich.
Baked Alaska.
Pork chop sandwich. Pork tenderloin should be on their menu. That's an Indiana staple. Why doesn't Indiana Beach or
pork
Holiday
tenderloin,
World have a pork tenderloin sandwich at
pork
either of the parks.
tenderloin, brain sandwich, baked Alaska.
And what's the staple pie in Indiana? What is it called? Are you? You're a Hoosier, born and bred, man. You don't know your own state pie?
Dude, I don't eat pie. I only eat chocolate pie and I only eat apple pie. All the other pies are crap.
Jacob, we all know the best pie is pumpkin pie.
What?
Pumpkin flavored things are disgusting.
You've all known that.
Tim K said Jacob's fun food facts. Oh my God, pork.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I had it. It was good.
Yeah,
Oh my.
and the Goblin burgers are delicious. Ooh. Santa's Merry Marketplace had delicious food.
Chinese food there.
We're talking about
Chinese food, fish sandwich.
Rainbow cake.
Brent, you're correct. Sugar cream pie is the state pie in Indiana.
Ugh.
I don't think you were born in Indiana, Jacob. I'm going to call.
You gotta remember, my dad is a volunteer.
What?
He's from Tennessee. My dad's side's from Tennessee.
Well, then you should know what good food tastes like, then.
I do know what good food
You
is.
do. It's called holiday food.
Barbecue.
And there's a holiday village food tastes better when you get a half off.
Okay, if I had to go to two parks in Indiana, which one had the better food? Holiday World beats Indiana Beach all day long.
Maybe last year, but this year, let's see if that happens.
Yeah, I mean that pizza sounded good at Indiana Beach.
The only
got a new-
my favorite food last year from Indiana Beach was the hot dogs.
My favorite was tacos.
They were okay.
Oh, tacos from the Taco Express down the road?
No, taco stop. Fuck.
What kind of hot dog, though? Chili cheese dog, hopefully?
Yep, I had the chili cheese dog.
Oh yeah, that was good from Pop Pop. I had that in 2019.
The hot
It was
dog.
good.
By the way, they have new owners this year. The two Ryans own it now. So
Also, Dollywood, if you're listening to this, charging $9.99 for one hot dog and some chips is not okay.
It's a great value.
$9.99. Is it a foot long hot dog at least?
No.
Are you serious? I could even get it over at a Pacers game for $7.
Last year, it was 2 hot dogs and a bag of chips for the same price. This year, it is 1 hot dog and a bag of chips for the same price.
Did the price go up on hot dogs, or what's going on here?
Maybe the better quality hot dog.
Is this a Vienna hot dog, or what kind of beef is it?
I don't know.
I want Nathan's. I don't want one now. Nathan's hot dog.
Hot dog.
Nathan's.
What's your go-to food item, Jeremy, when you go to a park?
If they have a walking taco, that's the number one thing I go for. But there's not too many parks that have that.
Mine's pizza.
Did you try the place in Wildwood Grove?
Yeah, we actually did. It wasn't bad at all. Yeah, I tried the bowl, and the kids had the chicken tenders. They said they weren't bad.
You know who has really good food at Islands of Adventure? Green eggs and ham.
I agree.
Those bowls are amazing. What is it? The pizza? I don't know what it's called. Tachos or something. I don't know. Kentucky Kingdom has already a good food lineup, so for her, I hope Hershey doesn't change too much there.
Yeah, Kentucky Kingdom's flatbread pizza, that was so good.
So Hershey, well, a little birdie once said, expect changes to the menu, not crazy changes, but there will be some changes. They're going to be kind of more unique and kind of park-themed options.
You're all right. You're all right. The park GM already said that, so you're good. You could say some things.
I don't know what they say.
We know they're going to bring their barbecue, definitely, probably. I mean, Tennessee barbecue is better than Kentucky barbecue, so we already know that. But I hope they bring like maybe like a bourbon soaked type of meat.
No,
Bourbon
bourbon glazed for cinnamon bed.
Bourbon Blaze. Oh, I don't know about that one. That might be like eating. What's that one thing they always give you during Christmas? Man, it's basically the chocolate with the rum in it. Man, that stuff always grosses me out.
I wouldn't know. I have a family that's Baptist, so.
But that's one thing they did. We'll get off here soon. Sorry, Jeremy. I didn't realize.
Oh no, you're good.
But
that was
rum balls.
Rum balls.
Man, I had that one time and that liquor poured in my mouth, and I was like, "This is disgusting." Like, what is this? But how about those $15 beers at Six Flags?
Oh man.
Have you ever had one of those, Zach?
Actually, I had one before for $10. I had one like $9.
Are you kidding?
It was okay, $99. Now I'm like, oh no.
We went to Old Smoky when we were in Pigeon Forge. Had seven shots of moonshine for $5. It was delicious moonshine too.
Oh, I bet.
Both these say this. I'm not a liquor person. I don't like liquor. So for me to say that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but their peanut butter whiskey is really good.
That was actually my least favorite.
Oh.
It kind of reminded me of like a liquid dog treat almost.
Your taste buds are way different than.
But they had this blackberry one we did that was delicious. It was super sweet. We definitely did the 100 proof, which is definitely just kind of like a rubbing alcohol.
He's going to do Zach, he's going to do our food reviews from now on.
No, you mean Jacob's on booze review.
Sorry, you mean Jacob's Fun Food Facts.
I love
You know, that's your new show, Jacob. Work on it. That's going to be your new YouTube show. Jacob's Fun Food Facts.
Also, can we discuss this place in the islands that everybody said to go eat at? I was not impressed.
Which one are we talking about here? Paula Dean's or the one I told you to go to?
The one you told us to go to.
No way.
Did you get your food at the bar or did you get it at a table?
At a table.
That's your mistake right there. You always eat at a bar.
Oh, we waited an hour and a half for the table.
Bartenders are the fastest servers in a restaurant.
No, she was fast. It's just I felt like okay. So my wife got the brisket. It was more
brisket.
It was more fat than it was meat.
Wow.
Sounds good to me.
I got the burger and it was dry.
You got the what?
The burger, a burger, and it was dry.
Man, you got to go with the meatloaf there, man. The meatloaf's amazing there.
I know that's what Christina had was the meatloaf, and she absolutely loved it.
The fried pickles were good. They were the spicy type fried pickles, and our drinks were out of this world. Of course, since like I just said, I'm not a liquor person. I kind of went with the simple.
I don't know what we're looking at here. What are we looking at?
Green beer. St. Patrick's Day beer. Why one of our guys at our table had a Bloody Mary. That's a Slim Jim, a pickle, and some celery.
Interesting.
There is also an olive and a banana pepper in there.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of my favorite shots.
But the fried shrimp was good. The jumbo shrimp, that was actually pretty good. But I just felt like
I would give it another shot because you might have just had one bad experience. I always give restaurants at least 2 shots before I call it.
I'll definitely give it another shot because I want to try there's more food items on the menu I want to try.
I heard Paula Dean was more disappointing than that place was.
Don't tell my wife that it was disappointing, but I was disappointed with it. She loved Paula Dean's. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Actually, I'm going to go to that Paula Dean's Lumberjack feud. That looks fun.
Well, the original Paula Dean's is in Savannah, Georgia. That's the one I want to go to.
Yeah, that's where my father-in-law wants us to go to. But we went to Paula Dean's over Thanksgiving.
That is a good
really
city.
impressed. I wasn't impressed.
That was weird. My connection just went out and then it came back in. Gotta love it.
I have yet to go to Paula Dean's.
You're not missing much.
It's a lot of calories, that's for sure. So if you want, 2,000 calories for one meal, have at it.
Yeah, if you want a ton of calories and if you want to sleep with a bellyache overnight.
All I gotta do is eat that
I'm
meat
eating
and
so
put
much.
Dollywood and milk it off.
I was going to say you're going to eat a lot of food there. Especially to get your money's worth.
I remember my aunt made the macaroni and cheese one time, and that was ridiculous. It was good, but I think per serving it was like 400 calories or something. There's a reason why Paula Dean doesn't eat her food anymore.
And see, I'm excited to get back to Silver Dollar City because the Silver Dollar City has so much food options. Oh my God. I can literally spend a whole day just going from food place to food place to food place.
That'd be a good segment for your first
Jacob's
food trip.
I would go bankrupt day one.
Or Jacob's fun food facts.
Well, actually, you're supposed to have. Did you sample enough food to get your vlog done? Comparison Silver Dollar City to Dollywood yet?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to Jacob's food
It's a
travel.
fun food fact on this one goes dry.
Fun fact: the Lumberjack Pizza place has changed dramatically.
We're at
Dollywood. You know how they used to give you a lumberjack size slice at Dollywood? Now it's just a little 8-inch pan.
Oh, there's a lumberjack slice. So was it like a New York slice?
A little bit bigger, but yeah, it was like a barbaric. It was. I would say it was like a barbaric slice. If that kind of gives you a reference to size.
So, like, it's like a Sam's Club slice?
It's like you're sitting in a cartoon and you're just like...
I think he's talking about bigger than that.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got any other questions? Do you get beer with it?
Not there, unfortunately. Wherever beer is sold, I will always drink a nice cold beer with any delicious food.
The problem with Tennessee, though, unless you like bourbon, I think they use bourbon a little too much in their infused beers. But yeah, Tennessee loves infusing their beers with bourbon.
No, not Kentucky for you.
Dollywood does have a delicious bourbon chicken sandwich. Just throwing that out there.
That sounds good to me.
All this good food's making me hungry, and I have no place to go in Orlando.
Kind of my place today. I had Philly steaks.
I'm going to Taco Bell.
They're open till 3 a.m. There you go. Can't go wrong with Taco Bell. You know what you're getting every single time. Same here, brother. Rum shots on a bike run almost killed me. I had a friend back in the Army that told me about that. He went to Northern Iowa University. He used to tell me about. They used to have. You know how you have. Oh my god. They used to do theirs on bikes, so they go bar to bar on bikes. By the end, they would crash into the bushes and stuff. Oh, I guess that'd be kind of fun if you're younger. My body probably wouldn't heal from that now, so I'm still healing from that thing from 2 weeks ago almost. So,
First year old.
36. Yeah, this is what happens when you get in your 30s, Jacob. Be prepared. Your body falls apart.
Oh, I'm almost there.
You do something crazy like go to a trampoline park, it takes you 2 days to heal from it.
Hey, that's being amazed that none of us got injured at Urban Air.
Oh, which fun fact, in the island area, they have a really nice obstacle ropes course type thing.
They do. It's neat.
It's like 4 or 5 stories tall. And then you have a little leap of faith at the end.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I couldn't do it, but it looks really fun.
I would do it. Wait, guys, new towns here. 2 subscribers on Nickelodeon on Facebook. I don't know, that one.
I could barely get on the one at Urban Air. There's no way I'm getting on a ropes obstacle course that freaking 4 stories tall when that one was on.
Yeah, okay, I'll go behind you.
Well, let's go to the one at Nickelodeon Universe in New Jersey. Then it's even taller. You're on a harness and you're hooked to something. You're not going to fall. You'll be all right.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know. Just like
he's hooked in a restraint on drop zone too, but
just like
drop tower.
Just like bungee cords never snap when you go bungee jumping, and parachutes don't open when you go parachute. Like, come on.
Skydiving. That's the first time you skydive, you're doing a tandem jump. So if 4 of the chutes don't open, then you really do have a problem.
I've been banned from skydiving.
Well,
my wife put the boot down on that one.
Well, we'll do it. We'll do it in secret, and we'll just release the video a week afterwards.
Do you want me to look on your couch?
I'm raising my hand. I want to see Jacob do it.
Me too.
I've done a leap of faith. It was a 2-story leap of faith at Urban Air.
Lame.
Is a leap of faith the one where it's kind of like free falling for a second?
Yeah, you just jump. You're literally attached to the thing and you just run off a plank and jump. No, you really
stratosphere and do it.
If you really wanted me to see me freak out, Gatlinburg has a 400-foot tall zip line.
Oh, that's
really?
Zip lines are safe, man. I ain't worried about zip line.
Now the best zip line was the one at Urban Air. We got into the wall. That was great. You run, swing about, you hit a wall.
I'm not gonna lie, the zipline coaster at Rowdy Bear kind of made me nervous a little bit because you hit that turn pretty fast. If they don't tighten your harness where I could use that language, where your balls don't start to hurt a little bit, then they're not putting it on right. That's just from somebody who's rock climbed and done all this stuff for many years. If you can't feel it hugging your ball sack, then they're not putting it on right. Ask Zach when we did the Sky Coaster. What did I tell him? I told him if they don't tighten this thing, I'm not going on it.
I'm trying to call you. I wasn't in the right state of mind.
I was like, "Is it hurting your balls yet?" And Zach's like, "No, not yet." I was like, "It's not on tight enough." Hey,
tight
guys,
enough.
Can you guys tighten it up a little more? I'd rather.
No, it's not tight enough.
I've done one Sky Coaster. That was good enough for me.
Oh, that one.
Oh, come on.
Okay, Jacob, then we're taking the fun for kissing me, and you're going to buy the world's tallest one. And you get the one.
The world's tallest one goes over the water. That's what's the scariest part about it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind Sky Coasters. Sky Coasters are a little okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, fly.
They're fun to work
out, Jacob.
It's just drop towers, you know. It's the sensation of falling like that.
I won't go bungee jumping. That's one thing I refuse to do. I'll do everything else, though. Bungee jumping to me is not safe enough yet. Unless I don't trust rubber bands at a carnival, so. I mean, slingshot's basically a bungee jump, but, I mean, it's a controlled one.
Yeah, but how many times have those been videos snapping?
Once, and I think it was at the one at Daytona Beach, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was either that one or it was the one in what's the beach over in South Carolina called?
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I think it was in Myrtle Beach, maybe.
It was one of those two.
Judging from that video that I saw that Dan posted, I don't know if I want to ride that one because the one in the one on International Drive's very controlled. It's like basically like a giant spring that presses down and then it releases.
It's the same thing at Kings Island.
Yep.
Okay. So I imagine the one that's going to be 450 feet tall, Jacob, is not going to be.
Panama City is where it happened.
Ooh.
It was on Cobra. It was at Cobra Adventure Park.
Doesn't surprise me. Any place that's home to spring break like that, yeah.
Yeah, the maintenance guys are probably on spring break all year round.
Who manufactures those, by the way?
It's been years.
This one on International Drive. You know what's funny about it is that they already have the world's tallest, but let's build another world's tallest next to it. It's like Icon Park doesn't want anybody having their records anymore. The swing.
Oh yeah,
Fun time.
I figured, yep. Down
Fun.
my way.
And by the way, never mind. I'm not going to get into that whole getting excited about a kiddie coaster. I understand you guys live in Ohio, so
Okay. I would, dude. I know I'm not talking about the one in Ohio, but I have never been more excited for Dragonflyer. That thing was, I'm still blown by it. That is one of the coasters I could sit there and just ride over and 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 not get bored of it.
Oh yeah, the Vekoma suspended coasters are amazing now. What they need to do is make them twice as long.
And run 2 trains.
Well, fun fact, they only have one train for Dragonflyer, and anytime that they have to do maintenance on it, they do it right there in the station. Also, if it gets stuck on the lift hill, they don't have to do an evac. If maintenance sees that it is safe to send the train, they will send the train. It is one of the only rides in the park that is actually allowed to do that.
By the way, Fun Time made the one at Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, and Canada's Wonderland.
Okay, so Fun Time obviously is the reliable version of it. Okay.
Yeah, Fun Time, I guess, is those 4 parks have a copy of each other.
I think I'm going to swing by the drop tower tomorrow and grab an update because I really want to see it in person. Because last time
I really want you to see it in person so I can see it through you. So yes, please stop tomorrow and check it out.
I'll stand on my hood of my vehicle and get some.
I mean, I love Dan's updates, but
Dan,
I'd like
yeah,
to see
I
it
mean,
from-
Dan, I mean on Dan's vlog, basically what it is.
Man, he's getting some good camera views on those slingshots. Man, those camera views were crazy.
I'd like to see it from somebody else's perspective.
Yeah, well, I don't think they made the wall any taller because Adam LeWoo was there last week, and it looks like it's still easy to get. I need one of those sticks so I can just hold it up and.
Something sick, yeah.
I need to just get. Man, I need one of those cameras where I could have it film up here and I could look at it down here.
Yeah, GoPro.
No, not a GoPro. Oh, well, GoPro I guess would work too, but
The newer ones would.
Yeah, mine is the Alpha 7 Plus. So,
Joanne, Disney World needs to open the coasters that they have first. They need to open Ratatouille next month, and
They should have opened it a few months ago.
And they need to open up Tron. It's the 50th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, not Epcot. But that's a different story. That's the different.
Why did it take Disney 5 years to build a coaster that Universal can build better in like 2 years' time?
I don't know.
Ratatouille makes me mad. I'll be honest with you.
Any ride that mirrors another ride in Paris or Shanghai should not be taking this long to make. Now, if it's a new coaster like Guardians, I can understand. But you already know what you're doing on the coaster.
Yeah.
It's not like
Ratatouille's been going on forever, and it's not something that should have took that long. And it's going to sit around. It's frustrating.
You know what's sad is that Tron was announced before the Velocicoaster, but Velocicoaster is going to open first.
Hey, Comcast is smart. They said we're going to invest when Disney's not going to invest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Epic Universe is going to start full-on construction in June, from what I heard again. So Disney's pretty scared from what I've heard through grapevine. They're not too excited about Epic Universe. They're thinking Epic Universe could be the make or break for Disney finally.
Well, I think you're going to see expedited construction at Epic Universe.
Oh, yeah, because it sounds like Comcast just wants to get it open. Like, hey, and then Disney's going to have to figure out, are they going to invest in overseas parks, Disneyland, or are they going to start competing again with Universal and taking them serious?
I think you're gonna see that, and I think you're gonna see the Nintendo Land in the United States quickly.
I think Disney might go for another plug. Go.
They're
Speed plugs. We need another one.
Hey, did you see what they're doing over by Magic Kingdom, Jeremy, when you were over there? Zach saw it too. They're starting to do some sort of widening or something because they're clearing a bunch of dirt.
I saw that.
Closer to the gas station over there. I have no clue why.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not going to say anything because, well, I'm not trying to get on their media list right now anyways, but I'm not too fond of the direction that they're heading, and I think, well, I think that the Century 21 Fox deal might have bit them in the ass a little bit. That's my personal opinion. That $50 billion that they spent on that, I think possibly, well, they didn't know the pandemic was going to happen, but still.
No, but 2021, 2022 is going to be a make or break for them, I think.
Yeah.
How they rebound after this pandemic is going to be huge.
Well, like you said, a lot of people are choosing Universal and SeaWorld over their passes instead of renewing them, and then they're not allowing anybody who's trying to get new passes in there. They're not bringing back fast lane, so lines are 1 to 2 hours long yet now. So VIP
Universal and SeaWorld are saying, "Hey, come on over here. We'll take your money."
Well, yeah, it seems that way with SeaWorld. I mean, on a Wednesday afternoon.
When you sent me those, when you told me that, I about died, especially before the spring break.
Yeah, I went in there and I was like, "Is something going on today that I don't know about? It's Wednesday, right?" And even the employees were like, "We have no clue what's going on right now." They're like, "It's usually dead on Wednesdays."
I think it's a shift in the culture down there in Florida right now.
Yeah, Disney might be making the mistake of trying to appeal to just ticket holders and not season pass holders, and I think it's going to backfire if they don't.
Oh, yeah.
So. I think Disney, they unfortunately are barking up the wrong tree, as some people would say. And Universal is seeing how they can top them with not doing too much more than they need to right now.
Well, yeah. As soon as Universal opened up those 2 big budget-size hotels, I mean, and the price point on the slow up times was what, $80, $89 a night.
Well,
yeah.
With free transportation, you get a pool. You're close to Universal, so they actually made it a budget hotel. I mean, the budget hotels at Disney are still $250 a night.
Yeah, Disney buds it.
And Universal's done it the way they need to since the reopening. I mean, they've put their foot down on that gas pedal, and they're not letting up.
No, and a lot of the staff got hired back, which makes me happy to hear about. So,
unfortunately, Disney, on the other hand, is hitting every pothole on the road as they go by. I mean, there's a lot of people upset with new regulations that they're doing or new rules, and like you said, no new pass holders, and they're hitting every single pothole they can.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm all about wearing masks, but when you're sitting out eating at a table like everywhere else, and then you're telling us if we're not eating or drinking, we got to have our mask on. It's like,
I think I'll be honest. It's going to be make or break if I mean, we were supposed to go there in November, and I don't know that my father-in-law will possibly go this year because, I mean, we may have to skip the parks altogether.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because it's just to the point he just can't understand why, like you just explained, everywhere else where you're eating and drinking at a table, you don't need to have that mask actively on. It's a rough policy.
We do. Eat.
I guess. I don't know.
I just think it's opening up more grounds for their cast members to get attacked by visitors.
For sure.
It really is, yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's a whole that's a whole nother discussion. I think they might not lessen it even with the target date, of this summer. A lot of parks will probably lessen it. I think Disney will be one of the last ones to get rid
I
of
think
it.
you're right, Chris. Unfortunately, I think you're right. I think it'll probably be a through 2021 thing.
I think Ohio will open up more in a month or two. Yeah. I think the president said what the target was
May 1st.
60% by June.
May 1st. No,
Yeah.
May 1st. May 1st is Ohio has already made it known by the end of the month that anybody 16 and older will be eligible by the end of
16 and older?
by the end of March.
We got a mess down here in Florida, so
Yeah, he announced it this morning that all Ohioans will be eligible by the end of March.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
They had something happen with their. I guess they found out people were paying underneath the table to get the vaccine, so that's the big scandal out here right now.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Ohioans phase 2D March 29th will be eligible 16 and older.
That's good.
Yep.
For a lot of people that do not live in Florida, there's some understanding. Okay, so there's some understanding that people think that the state runs the counties, but it's the opposite. So that's why Orange County has been the same it has been, and surrounding counties here, and then Miami and surrounding counties have been basically more aggressive on it. But I don't know. I think we'll be fine though. I think this is a good year. I think the parks are going to open back up. Northeast is going to be the real question. I think New York's been the only state that has not announced when they're going to open. New Jersey also. I don't think New Jersey's announced it yet either.
I think you're gonna see an issue with Chicago too. I think Six Flags Great America is probably not going to open on time.
You don't think so?
No, I think there's too much going on there, but we'll see.
Yeah, at least we're seeing a little bit better than last year.
Definitely.
Yeah. Ugh.
I got to give. I mean, all the Cedar Fair parks look to be opening except for Canada right now.
Oh,
which we hope to hear a Canada Wonderland deal at some point.
Yeah.
Six Flags has a bunch of their parks open. Yeah, I think it's going to be a much better year.
Yes.
Come on, Canada, let us back in.
Oh, come on. If the borders were to be open and we were allowed to go, that would have been my answer. It would be Canada's Wonderland. But I don't know that we'll make it there this year either now at this point.
I think they said you have to show proof of something, a negative test or something. I don't know.
I think you have to be vaccinated.
Oh, well, that's if all
Yeah,
goes
but the park hasn't indicated anything close to being open. They're still fighting what's being open, phased openings right now in Canada. So I don't know what the state of the park will be this year. It might be a situation where it might not be till June, July, and then at that point, is it worth it up there or not to open?
Yeah, because they have a short summer, don't they?
Yeah.
I've never been to Toronto. I don't know. So.
It's just one of those situations where it's going to be a toss up. Is it worth opening or not? Kind of like a situation last year.
Well, we know who will be open: Florida and Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully more parks are doing what Dollywood is doing and going to full capacity and by just loading full trains. Because you're out in the open, you're moving around.
I'm hoping so far it's going to be the same.
Six Flags was doing that over at Six Flags America, which makes no sense why you have plastic dividers in line, but whatever.
I think what it is too is in line, you are more exposed because you're standing longer on the ride usually.
I don't think we're going to see the removal of those, though. I don't think we're going to see the removal of the cleaning policies, and I don't think we're going to see the removal of the barriers for the next couple years.
Yeah.
It might be the new norm, which is fine, as long as we could eventually get rid of the mask wearing.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta hop off, gentlemen. It's way past my bedtime.
Dude, it's only 9 o'clock at night, man. Calm down, man.
Yeah, my time's only at 10:03.
I'm just playing. It's like 10 o'clock, dude. We went forward an hour.
You gotta keep in mind tomorrow I gotta work all day, and then I have a 7-hour drive to Dollar City.
Well, that's your choice, man. Nobody told you to drive.
It's either drive that or wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning again.
I'd rather drive in the morning, take a nap, and
I'd rather just get home and drive and get it over with.
True. Well, Jeremy probably has some work to do anyways, because I know he has to get up early usually. So
yeah, I got to get up at 4 a.m. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight, and I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I had a great time. Hopefully you guys will have me back, because I had a really good time tonight.
Oh yeah, we will. We normally don't go 2 hours and 40 minutes on the show.
Wait until we have our Run Fighters on here then.
Yeah, I had a great time tonight. Thanks, guys.
Oh, no problem, man. Have a good night, and thanks for everybody that watched us tonight.
Yeah, thanks everybody for getting on.
This will be on podcast format in the morning. Check it out. I'll put it in the description on YouTube whenever it publishes. All of his tags for Buckeye Coasters. Check him out on all his content, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And we'll be back next week talking about Silver Dollar City opening weekend. Guys, have a good night.
Have a good one, guys.